good. This is DRM76Z coming from you live from the graveyard on wavelength 388. Today we'll be continuing our TitanQuest journey to Babylon. Unfortunately, I had to bow out early yesterday night. I was feeling very underneath the weather. I felt like I was going to explode. But feeling better now, and I decided to do something a little out of the orthodox. Because I didn't do so well yesterday, I'm deciding to finish getting to at least Babylon and hopefully a bit further. Oh good, it saved me right where I was. Great Sphinx time, let's go. Wait, I need my power-ups on. Oh, I'm still actually decently strong without them. And again, my Earth Enchantment isn't the thing that's getting me, like, carrying me. It's a combination of all my gear is actually keeping me, my dipstick self alive long enough to do shit. And I was just like, okay, I better upload stuff. I was actually going to do an X account, I think today or tomorrow, get that running, just do my announcement for New War, for my Tenno's Journey stream. Just, you know, drive up some popularity and interest to it, you know. And also, you know, start, like, I can't always just be, oh, I'm only on these two platforms kind of thing. I do have to expand at some point. So that's going to be the thing going forward. I'm going to probably make announcements on a Twitter or X or whatever people call it these days. Just to reach a wider audience and, you know, do other stuff with it, you know. Because I think it's very interesting, you know, like this whole social media thing is a new thing to me anyway. I generally don't like using social media. I find it's like a mind poison where you get so absorbed into the whole idea, you just lose touch with what reality is. And I hate it has to be so simplified down to you have to touch grass. And I'm like, just tell them to go outside. Don't use dumb things like, oh, you have to touch grass or whatever. Just, it makes me sad because it reminds me of days of old when people's lives weren't so wrapped up in the internet or certain individuals' lives. But at the same time, this has been a thing for a long time, right? Celebrities and all that. Now it's just the modern day of anyone can be an influencer or streamer or what have you, right? And then you get interested in their day-to-day lives and a few other things, right? So I can understand why people get so invested, especially if they're like an individual they've known for a while or like watched. Like, man, what are they up to today? I could see that because it's the time investment in the individual. But it has created a kind of an obsessive culture where generally it's obsession now more than just admiration. Like, man, they're a really cool streamer or something like that. Now it's gone to levels of obsession we have never reached in a society. Because don't get me wrong, there was probably way back in the past, and even there were celebrity crushes and everything, and there was some extremes, but not to the extent as we have it now, where people can be obsessed about like certain celebrities or idols or whatever have you way more easily now because the internet is way more widespread and available to everyone. And I don't know if there's a good way to fix that underlying problem. You could argue just take away the internet, and then the idea of their obsession would inevitably disappear, which is generally sometimes the truth. Oh, weird, I can't see any of the gear at all. Interesting. I wonder if there's a glitch or something, because I haven't been able to pick up any regular piece of equipment. Just money. Do I have a loot filter on or something? Let me check. Nope. 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 I don't... Because I think this thing won't drop anything if I open it. I may have to head back to town and see what the hell is going on, because I don't have a loot filter or anything on. And if I do, I'm going to have to see if I can turn that off or something. Let's see here. Normal difficulty, bonuses, pet bonuses. Swap weapons. Nope. I doubt if a piece of equipment's doing it. Yeah, magical ghosts, plants, beasts, beast men, insectoids, undead, demons, humankind, devices, giants. Giants is an interesting one. Strongest monster killed, or greatest monster killed. That's what I like about these kinds of games, where it's like, this is the greatest foe you fought, and you can't even remember it, which I think is funny. You're like, yeah, I killed a lot of things in this game. Be more specific. Let me see if I can just find the controls menu real quick. Graphics, key bindings. Drink health potion, swap items. Show items. Oh god, I just forgot the control. I just looked up. What was it? Oh, Loof. Oh, no filter. That's why things weren't popping up earlier. That explains a few things. I don't know why it changed my loot filter when I never fucked around with that setting. Maybe I was feeling so bad yesterday I changed it by bloody accident or something. Yeah, there's weird things like that will happen sometimes. Well, at least I get to see all the things I missed. Oh, right. For, I think my filter I had at the time. Okay. Filter broken, filter common. Yeah. Okay, that's... So it should only be... I should only be able to now see common and greater. I hope. Missing brother. Woman is worried about her brother. Eris is missing. She fears he has gone to Giza. Okay. But aren't I supposed to be in this Great Sphinx for some reason? Maybe I'm not supposed to go into the Great Sphinx. No, that doesn't seem right. Alright, let's continue exploring this area, because something does not seem right. It feels like I should be here. Multiple waypoints. It seems like a dungeon. Oh, a priest. Oh, you little bastard healing yourself. Come here. Ugh. But no. That's the thing. I do want to innovate more, but it will be, the thing is, it takes time to innovate any kind of, like, you know, streaming thing or anything else, so it's going to take me a bit of time. Just hope anyone that does watch my content is patient. You know, it does take a bit of time. No items, all magical, single magical, common, and no filter. What if filter broken? Maybe I had a filter broken so I wouldn't get all the broken items you get all the time. Yeah, maybe that was it. But no, I want to do something a bit more casual on Sunday. Also, I just want a bonus because, you know, I kind of bailed out 2 hours early than my streaming schedule. So I want to make up at least 2 to 3 more hours today. Just to make up for it, you know. And then tomorrow will be more innovation stuff and everything. Hopefully I can get a lot of it done, I hope. That's one of the things. I'm still trying to figure out all this shit. I'm like, holy crap. It's one of those things, trying to figure it out. It's a lot to figure out and understand. And also a bunch of weirdness, which is utterly stupid to me, but hey. Like, you can't say certain words and crap like that. I'm like, why? That makes no sense to me. The problem is, these days, people give words too much power as something that is evil. I'm like, you should never take words as evil or good. You should take them as just words, and you should determine on action if they're good or evil. But a lot of people don't want to think anymore, which is very disappointing. Because, you know, our ability to critically think and achieve things is the reason why we are the most dominant species on the planet at the current moment. And yet, people don't want to think. They're just like, oh, nope. They said something bad, so they must be evil. And it's just like, man, if everything was that simple, man, the world would be so fucked. I mean, really fucked. Like, my god. Oh, statues. Okay. I can take on big old statues. I also like how the statues are animated. That is pretty cool. Also, I don't think it was a good idea that I broke all of those obelisks at once, but hey, what is it not to like to live on the edge of the dagger? I can take these guys on. They're just animated dolls at the end of the day. They might be a little bigger than your normal dolls, but hey, smashing them into rubble always feels so damn good. You'd also have to wonder, though, in TitanQuest, like, you're someone from Greece. How do you understand what the Egyptians are speaking? It might be just explained away by, you know, universal magic translating or something, but I just wonder how we even understand each other at all. Well, then again, we just get talked to be fair. Awesome. I got the Hand of Balance, which is just a stick. Awesome. It's like, we went through these ruins slaying great and mighty beings that were far more powerful than us. What did we get? Well, we got a stick. Like, just imagine, like, there are so many things in video games that just doesn't make sense. Or they like, play it up, and then it just turns out, oh yeah, it was just a stick. And you're like, what? It is hilarious. Also, it was funny, I had a misconception with Ragnarok. So I was thinking, oh, Ragnarok, you're gonna be in Europe and everything. Maybe you'll be able to get, like, steel armor and stuff. One thing I had to realize, we're still in the Bronze Age. Don't get me wrong, iron does exist, but it's normally bronze. So I completely went over my head. I'm like, oh, awesome, I'll be able to get, like, suits of armor and, like, full plate and everything. And then I realized, wait a minute. And then I realized, oh, right. We're in, like, the Bronze Age. We're not in anything close to the Iron Age or even... Well, you could argue Ragnarok is kind of in the Iron Ages. Because it's kind of a new threat on the horizon kind of thing. And how we generally get new weapons and everything, right? You could argue that, yeah, it's a dawning of a new age. To us, anyway. Like, for the Greeks. Like, oh my god, iron's a thing? But also that's, like, massively changes technological development as well. Then again, I do like the whole, it's just like, oh, you've gone from bronze to iron, and iron's just stronger than bronze. I do like that is a tiering they do in this game. Because it's kind of like a nod to the time period of, okay, you know, bronze was the thing people used because it was softened, like something they could actually change with fire. Instead of having to, like, stoke the flames and really get it hot. Bronze is very soft, right? So it's very easy to melt and to maneuver and manipulate compared to other metals and materials. Okay, Giza, I'll head back to Memphis and then I'll head to the next place. That's what I thought was very interesting. I learned that in one of my shop classes, that, like, Damascus has never been, like, one-to-one perfected. I still don't trust this Imhotep guy. He has some bad history. I'm still debating keeping on Cleopatra's blade. Short sword. Because the problem is, some of them is pardon my pun, a double-edged sword on how you do it. Because some of them are really good weapons, and then others are terrible weapons. And I'm trying to figure out if it's a good idea to keep them or not. Actually, wait. Why am I even debating? I have a storage for this reason. Duh. Where's my storage? I know the weapons will be out of date soon. Where's the storage person? NPC. Party. Oh, it's because the icons are so small. Where is the storage person? Storyteller. Noble young woman. Chanter. What does the storage looks like? Point of interest, quest, shrine, portal, caravan driver. Caravan driver's right outside. Okay. So I gotta go this way. There you are. Because there's some armor pieces I do want to keep just because, you know, they might become very useful later on for certain situations. And there's some armor that's really good. Like this Staff of the Magi might actually be good on my other character. Actually, no, it might actually even be good on this character. Even though I'm not really spec'd for staves, it might still be good. Or staves. God, that's the other thing I don't like about the English language. It is so weird. There we go. Reduce 3% offensive ability for 3 seconds. Intense heat of ring softens the metal of enemy armor and weapons, decreasing their effectiveness. Oh, that could be helpful with as a deterrent, because this already does damage, right? Yeah. So at least with that, I'll actually be able to keep the enemies a little softer. I doubt it will help in the long term, especially later on when you fight elementals and shit, but a really game like this where I'm not fighting like pure elemental enemies, I should be fine. Should is a relative term, to be fair. The Gate of Palm. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Obtain the eye in the Farum Oasis. Okay, maybe this is where I'm supposed to go. Artisan Quarters. Okay, this doesn't seem... Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Let's see where the hell this leads. I'm pretty sure there's 3 points of entrance from Memphis. No, this is the second one, because this is the one that leads to Giza. So yeah, this one must be the other one. This one must lead to the Oasis. Yeah, Desert Waste. Yeah, it's gotta be. Okay, I hope it is, because Jesus, if I get lost... I'm getting sick of sand, just like Anakin. I get sick of the fucking sand. Because I see it, and it just fucking hurts my eyes after a while, just seeing it. I should get those gamer goggles, you know, be a real game streamer. Get gamer goggles, you know, have the little thing on the bottom right of my screen. And all that. But the thing is, I find a lot of streamers, right, are always... They have all the same standard stuff, you know, they have all of the standard, oh, you know, this is my... chat window, this is my this or that, and I'm like, I am an individual, I suppose, that prefers simplicity on their stuff. Like, I prefer a screen, if I'm watching gameplay, I want to see the gameplay, and I want the least amount of aspects possible interfering with the gameplay. Obviously, if I'm streaming and I'm trying to be entertaining, obviously, telling jokes and talking, right? But here's the thing, I'm not a professional streamer, and I don't think I'll ever be. This is more of a casual kind of thing, hence casual in the tags, of course. And the thing is, I don't think I'll ever be what people would call a professional streamer, because it comes with, what do you call it, like aristocracy, where you have to uphold a current, quote, standard that everyone must uphold, and you must all agree on the same things. I'm like, yeah, no, that sounds really boring and lame. The whole cool thing about streamers is they don't have to conform to norms. And now everyone's like, oh, you must be like this kind of person and all this kind of stuff and have a certain setup and overlay and all that. And I'm like, whatever happened to the good old days? Someone just started streaming in their house at like 12 in the morning or whatever and stuff like that, where it was just very basic stuff, where it's just gameplay, a crappy soundtrack, and an audio track of people talking. Like, whatever happened to those days? Everyone's like, oh, now you need like ending scenes and beginning scenes and announcements. And I'm like, my god. It's made it... Oh, what's the word? I guess corporatized could be it. Where it's like, oh, you need all this to get yourself out there. And I'm like, man, if it takes that much to get yourself out there, no wonder no one wants to like be a streamer or anything. Or a lot of people try to be a streamer and they give up in like 2 months. Because there's so much shit that you're like, what the standard is. And I'm like, man, no wonder no one wants to be a streamer or like audio content creator. There's so much rules that are arbitrary as well. Not only for like for the platforms you stream on, right? Like I say, Twitch, YouTube, and all that. Like you can't say certain naughty words anymore. You can't swear anymore, which I've obviously broken, obviously. And there's stuff like that, right? Where the whole idea of a stream was you're just being who you are on stream, right? You don't have to play a character, you don't have to drum up things. And now though, it's just like, oh, now you have to be very safe and friendly. And I mean, like, man, what happened to the old days where saying gamer words on the internet was great and you didn't have to self-censor yourself all the time? Whatever happened to those days? It's like, oh, well, you know, that could hurt someone's feelings. It still hurt people's feelings back then. But people learn to grow up and deal with it. So it's one of those things where that is the thing that annoys me the most. Where people are like, oh, you know, this is a sensitive topic and you can't talk about it. I'm like, no, that's the reason why we have to talk about it, to work through it. So it doesn't become a sensitive topic. It doesn't become like a topic that can never be talked about unless you're some kind of weird expert in this niche idea of opinion or thought or something. Because the more things you have like that, more people are just going to lord over it and be entitled, thinking they know everything. You have to have a baseline of like modern intelligence where it's a thorough line of everything that people knows and people understand, not like, oh, this one topic, it's only for the elites to understand and only you can do it. That's why for accessibility is the best way, but not accessibility as in like, let's say you ease restrictions. You just make it easier to understand. Like you simplify it is better than taking away, like the best example is before it was really hard for like getting into colleges and universities because they had like a very stringent kind of, you know, getting into college you need a minimum of this and a minimum of that, but now it's like, oh, we'll get anyone in as long as they meet certain weird requirements. I'm like, well, that's setting a really bad precedent. Because now you're de-incentivizing other people that are working hard to get like a degree or something to not want to do it anymore. And we've seen the echoes for a while now. And then again, I think, like, the thing is, I think like college is a tool, and if you can't utilize that tool, don't waste your money on it. That's my opinion on the whole, like, oh, should you go to college or not? I'm like, if you can utilize a college degree, do so. If you can't, or you know it's not your style, then don't do it. Not because you lack motivation or anything else, or you're being pressured, it's just because you realize you can't utilize the resource. That's it. It's not some kind of like, oh, you know, I can't do college, I'm always a perpetual failure or anything. If you're not good at something, let's say like hitting the books constantly, there must be something you're good at and generally passionate about, and generally you can create your passions as, you know, your career. That's a possibility, and people have been doing that for ages, right? Don't get me wrong, we'll always need lawyers, doctors, and everything in between for that kind of stuff. But there are people that can pursue hobbies that are very, very lucrative. Or hell, even if it's not lucrative, and if you can live on it, that's way better than being miserable. I think that's why a lot of countries these days are incredibly miserable, like the younger population is miserable. Because they're told to do all these things for success, so they do them because they think, oh, you know, our elders or the previous generation knew better. And then we do it. We're like, okay, we went to college, now we're like 50K in debt or whatever. We start trying to find a job. Oh, there's no jobs around. There's no opportunity anymore. All the opportunity's gone. Or, oh, you need like 10 or 15 years of work experience that you can't possibly get because you just got educated for it. And you ask, oh, is this experience? Like, no. So it's the weird thing as well. Generally, what would happen, like way back in the day, it would be like a family business would keep hiring, you know, their children, right? And the children would take over the business and hire more people, like their friends and close people to the family, and then the business eventually grows like that, right? So it still stays relatively in the family. Nowadays, though, people are more just hiring on just personal connections, which is still the same as they did in the past. But now everyone is now being pretty much being told, hey, go to college to get a degree and everything. I say it's like one of the biggest lies about becoming an adult in life. College and universities are kind of just fluff. Like massive fluff. Don't get me wrong, you can learn a lot of knowledge, but the thing is, if you're generally curious on the topic you're like reading, you could learn the topic for yourself relatively easily. Like no problem there. And yet, people still keep going to these colleges, giving thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations and shit for these colleges, and we get more and more dumb students who are perpetually poor, who have debts in the hundreds of thousands, and are now just a burden on the system because they're them wanting a job that doesn't exist. And it perpetually creates a cycle of, oh yeah, we have no money, but we demand more money because we work minimum wage because we can't find a job in a dead-ass field. And it's like, oh, are you saying everyone should be like a lawyer and doctor? It's like, no, but that is a guaranteed kind of path. Even crafty doctors can become doctors, right? Even though they shouldn't sometimes, but hey, that's not here or there. Like, that's more of a guaranteed path, and there's tradesmen you can do as well, right? Right, but there are things like I'd say there's like two paths or college will take. You either go into the system of college and you remain in that system, like you become like a teacher's aide or essentially a professor yourself through teaching licenses and everything else, or you use college only for the sole focus of making connections to other industries. Because remember, industries still do recruit from colleges, even though they're moving away from that because they've realized a lot of colleges create ideologues. Which I think I'm more surprised people didn't say that way earlier, because it did, right? But now they're just creating ideologues people don't like, that are insufferable. Instead of before where it would create ideologues, but at least they weren't insufferable twats. But now they're insufferable twats. And it's just awful. Like, massively awful. But some people see it as their only future, which I wouldn't knock them for it. If you think your opportunity lies there, shoot your shot. But you have to recognize the situation around you first before shooting your shot. You can't just go, yeah, I'm just going to shoot in the dark and hope for the best. Because sometimes that will end you way more in a deficit than you realize. Which is unfortunate, because there's a lot of people that probably are well-meaning at colleges and universities, but not that I've met. I find a lot of college students and everything are insufferable bastards that are just so up their own ass. They look down on people that become tradesmen and everything else. You're like, oh, you work with pipes all day and you're covered in mud and grime after half an hour and you sweat. Oh, disgusting. Not like me who lives in an office 9 to 5 and I do only 2 hours of work. And I'm like, the only reason you can have that kind of lifestyle is because that other guy is working 8 to 10 hours to give you that building to be in. Stuff like that, right? Which I think it's incredibly hilarious. Because these will be the same people that would be like, we need to change the entire world to make it like this. Not realizing it's for a privileged few only, and it will always be like that. And that's the annoying thing, because you can go, oh, you know, this is a way to better the world, and then you see what their plan is to better the world, and you're like, man, this will just worsen the world completely. They're like, well, it'll be bad for a time, but it'll be good in the long term. And then you're like, no, it's just going to make it even worse in the long term. And that's the one thing I just don't understand. I don't think it's lack of knowledge either. I think it's more, I guess idiocy could be the proper word, I suppose. Where people believe, oh, you know, if we just force everyone to live in this idyllic future, it'll work out. Not realizing that the requirements to create the idyllic future means some people must be on the lower rung of society. Regardless on if it's right or moral or not. This one I might actually keep for my secondary character. And this one I could sell. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Or they do, and they're just lying to other people and going, oh yeah, we can make everyone's lives better, blah, blah. As they just hoard resources for themselves. So, it's one of those things where it's like you can either be inherently cynical about it and go, yeah, the world sucks, and we should just let it collapse, or you can be optimistic and say, yeah, the world sucks, but when a collapse happens, right, where the scales get rebalanced again, maybe the people that worked hard will actually benefit, and the people that didn't will inevitably collapse and fall apart. And that could be the idea anyway, but actually what's going to happen is that's one of those things where you can't guarantee what's going to happen, right? Tomorrow, we don't even know if there is going to be a tomorrow a lot of the time. And it's the unfortunate reality of it. But it's also what makes living very interesting. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we live for that tomorrow to see what it will be. That's what I find is utterly fascinating about it. 45. Okay, this is still better because it's giving me physical and pierce resist and movement speed. I can't put Hermes on it, though, so this one would be better just because of Hermes. Palm of Destruction. This could be better. 14 Strength. Health Regeneration. 70. Woo. That could be good if I had any massive health regen perks, but I don't. Or any piece of equipment that gives me massive regen. Only 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 is still very low. Increase your health points, your energy points. Strength. Increase your vitality damage and energy regeneration rate. Dexterity. Increase your offensive ability. I'll increase my offensive ability quite a bit. Just because I am still a physical attacker. So at least dumping quite a bit of points into hitting things harder will actually be beneficial. I doubt I'll be able, like, there's like one place I do want to kind of get to, which is Atlantis, because I do love Atlantis. Even though I feel when I first played through Atlantis with one of my other characters, I feel a little ripped off because I didn't get any of the cool, like, Atlantean technology-like stuff. I just got the same looking kind of gear. Or I'd just be getting legendaries, and I was like, man, this is disappointing. It's like, oh, you're getting all these legendaries, though. I'm like, yeah, legendaries I would never use. And the Canyon of Ice? Jesus. How far away is this damn place? Good lord. I'm getting sick of deserts. I'm normally fine with desert environments, but my preferred environments in video games is the cold, like snow. I love the snow. Or verdant forests, as in like very bright and vibrant forests. There's sometimes I'm like, my god, this is just a forest of endless suffering, isn't it? Then dark forests. Dark forests are interesting, like the on how like the Black Woods are described in Germany, on how they describe it from stories and everything. Not the real Black Woods. The real Black Woods isn't that scary, I would think. Then again, you never know with myth and reality. Sometimes you never know if the myth was actually real the whole time. That'd be a scary precedence, though, where it's like myths have been real this entire time, and only a select few of heroes that we have never known about have been keeping them all at bay. Man, I could not imagine. That'd be horrifying, don't get me wrong. But I still find that's an interesting premise that a video game has never tackled, though. A lot of games haven't tackled the idea of essentially a paranormal agency taking care of the day-to-day monstrous happenings. Like, movies do it, right? And some games have done it, like Fear and, well, in Phasmophobia, you're not really an agency. You're just kind of like, it's just a bunch of people in their, like, crappy van. But it's like, no game I've ever, like, you could argue SCP, but SCP is more like, dangerous artifacts and dangerous one-off creatures, which are very inventive, but I'm more like, oh, localized zombie outbreak occurs here, send in troop A11C or whatever, and they're like some kind of secretive task force that deals with just any kind of general monster threat. From like mythological creatures waking from like a long slumber or something like that. And the thing is, that kind of setting gives you such a variety. Modern world, fighting creatures and everything. That gives you such writing potential and to write stories, right? Because it gives you the ability to make a lot of things that wouldn't be practical in modern world. For example, having a blade. Generally, it's kind of useless because engagements are generally not really hand-to-hand, but long ranges from each other, because everyone has a gun. Generally, there are situations where close quarters combat, CBQ, is quite useful and is needed, especially when you're in tight quarters. But then again, if you're in tight quarters, just use a shotgun. You could say that, but the thing is, you still need the ability to sweep with a shotgun. If it's tight enough, you won't be able to sweep your gun around. And a lot of people don't realize that when, they're like, oh, just use your pistol, I'm like, yes, but being nearly deafening yourself every time because you want to hit someone is very bad. And if you're in a corridor and you're not using your long rifle or your assault rifle or your rifle, you're going to get in bad situations real quick. Oh my god, finally. Good lord, this desert took me fucking ages to find. God, I hope it's not as bad or as long as I think it is. Oh right, I was going to increase my enchantment actually. I was thinking Flame Surge could be good. Flames or Caster's Hands, nope. Volcanic Orb. These are more spelly-like abilities. This is a passive. What does this do? Heat Shield. Energy cost. Oh god, that costs a lot of energy. Good lord. Ooh, Stone Skin. Tempers Armor. Increasing protection of the resistance while under the effects of Earth Enchantment. Ooh, that could be good. Yeah, because it's giving me decent damage, so I think I might pump that once. Make a core dweller, why not? And then this one. Because I think having a bit of a minion might be good. I think the minion gives me a benefit, I think. He's a big boy. Look at him. Look at this glorious hunk of a man. Look at him. If I can use spells, might as well use a summoning spell. Inner Fire adds speed and attack to its damage. Oh, it even gets health regeneration. Nice. It's really weak, though. Like, I have double its stats in every way. What I find is funny, normally the reason why they compensate with creatures, or like summoning pets in games, why they generally will inevitably have more health than the caster, is because the AI isn't as smart as the player. Or, okay, well, the AI is dumber than the player. I'm not going to say the player is smarter than the AI. I'm going to say the AI is just a little dumber, or a little dimmer. That's the easy way to put it these days. It's a little dimmer. And, you know, it's not the greatest. So that's why generally the compensation is, oh, you know, the creature will generally be stronger than the caster. Because the creature is meant to protect the caster from, you know, slinging their spells and everything. I only made the core dweller just so I could have him and see how effective he is in combat. Because he is a body on the field, and he does throw fire away from me. Like, he can take a hit. But probably just because of my, what's its ability called? Oh yeah, because he has provoke, so it will actually motivate them to fire on him. So I can actually attack these guys. Like he won't last long, because he's a fire elemental. Like, you see right there, he won't last long. Man. Oh, it's because when I'm fighting with rune weapon, that's why. I was like, wait, why is my energy draining? It's because of rune weapon. How much does core dweller take? Summoning holy. Yeah, so core dweller is not something I can just summon on the occasion. Because I do forget, I have a lot of energy cost. With rune weapon and a few other things. So this is like a high cost magic build. I mean, I should put some runes either in my armor, that can be. That increases mana regeneration. Just because, man, it does take a lot of energy to use certain abilities. In conjunction with each other, right? How much would it be? Probably like 10 energy I'm using per Temple of Atum. This might be it. Or is this for the side quest? I think it's Temple of Atum is for the side quest, right? Oh no, that's the Giza one. Okay. And a powerful ring. I may get it. I may not get it. Again, that XP bonus of 10k might be worth it. Oh, well, it's 10k. I don't think it would be that much worth it. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the right place. Okay, so this is the quest place. I remember this place. Because of the weird green fog over... Because it's funny, Inhotep's plan does fail. Because the gods have truly abandoned the mortal realm. I don't know if Ragnarok adds more to it, like explains why. I know the gods were kind of like, we're sick of... Because they were arguing it was... Oh God, I can't remember what the reason was. I can't remember if the reason was really fucking stupid. Because I remember the fight was really annoying. Oh, what was it against? Was it Atlas? The Titan you have to fight? In the... Yeah, what was the last chapter? The last chapter was like in Olympus / Hades. We had to go to Hades and fucking kick his ass. Don't get me wrong, it's an epic fight, you know? Like, you go down there to kick his ass, but dear God. Or was it actually Hades? Oh my God. It's one of the things where it's like, was it actually Hades or was it something else? I thought it was Hades. But it's one of those things, like, I played the story and I remember most of it, but I can't remember the main antagonist names. I know it's the Telkeen. The Telkeen are, like, enemies to, like, everyone. I'm pretty sure this is the way to go after. So I'm going to explore this place a bit more. Just to get more stuff. I'm going to need it. Especially with what's coming up next. The thing I don't like about generally when people use myth, they always frame the god of the dead or any of the gods that would be seen like evil or would be a negative aspect are the ones that are like evil. Instead of like the opposite, where the ones that that try to inherit the good of humanity or our virtues become evil. I think that'd be more interesting than it's like, oh, Ares is the god of war, therefore he's evil because he commits wars. Instead of the nuanced approach of he is just a being created from wars, he doesn't actually start them. He's just kind of there because the war exists. And it's the humans that create the war. And he may grant favor, but it's not essentially, oh, you know, I am fighting in this war, or I started this war, right? I don't like that about a lot of depictions of gods in like games and media. They always use the ones that would be slightly evil to be very evil, when every god in their mythologies all have had their time in the light of being shitty people. To a certain degree, right? Some more than others, and some of them are more a debatable situation on, oh, are they evil or not? But the gods are not portrayed as like purely benevolent or purely merciful or like merciless, but some gods are because they reflect an aspect or domain of, let's say, war or death or decay or destruction, and they must always be evil. And then it's just like, what about the other side of the coin? When something is destroyed, it can regrow again. It's like, oh, that'd be a god of nature doing that, not the god of war doing that. And it's just like, there's multiple ways to see, let's say, a conflict, right? There's multiple ways to see on how an aspect of war can actually be beneficial.
You can't carry anymore.
It's like, why isn't there a god of commerce, warfare, and economy or merchant? Yeah, so essentially a god of barter would be a god of barter, war, and what's the last one would be? 3 domains for a god. Oh, nope, I don't want that. Don't get me wrong, it looks really nice, the iron suit, but I want this stuff. Wait, I have a portal. What am I doing? It's called portal, you dumbass. Memphis. Okay. But no, I like gods that are more multifaceted, even though, let's say, their domain is like sickness, death, and virulence. As in, like, they perpetuate disease and decay and all that bad stuff. I want to see them more painted in a positive or different light than them always being evil or cartoonishly evil and not a natural thing that occurs. I think some media has portrayed certain gods as just a thing that exists, and the hero of the story just wants to kill them because they represent that thing. Let's say it's like death or decay or destruction, and they just represent it, but they aren't death, decay, or destruction, and they didn't cause the destruction happen. They just are that, and they can't help it. They are a force of nature or something that to be reckoned with. Not like they just came down there and said, F you, mortal, and set their entire plane of existence on fire. I should probably start upping Rune Weapon. I think that might be the next thing I'll do. I'll get Core Dweller up to snuff. The next one might be this. And then I'll start boosting my Rune Weapon and everything, and Reckless Charge. Or Reckless Offense. Yeah, Reckless Offense. Oh wait, I'm back here. No, I'm gonna claim all the gear in this cave first, just to see if it goes anywhere. I doubt it, but hey, you never know. You never know. But no, like, for example, I do love writing a lot. Like, my other hobbies besides gaming is story writing. I'm very passionate about story writing. I love writing stories. Or just coming up with story ideas and stuff like that, or concepts. There was a website I used to use, I think it was like called Campfire or something. I remember getting a bunch of ads for it at some point, and I used to use it for storyboarding before I just used like spreadsheets and shit. And various other programs, but I used to use that a lot, where it would say, oh, how does this, like, it allowed you to storyboard very easily. Oh, let me back away from the mic, it's getting in the red here. It allowed you to storyboard really well. It allowed you to, okay, it's like, character A is your main character, or B character. Like, you could make so many characters and put them together and connect them and all that, and explain how it works and everything, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool, neat little tool. I'm trying to remember if that website still exists anymore. I don't think so, because I remember hearing about it like 3 or 4 years ago. So I doubt a website like that still exists, or still exists in the iteration I used. Because now what I do for storyboarding is I just make multiple documents, and I just type everything out that would be, you know, character relevant for each character to each other. I used to want even more old school where I'd use like pen and paper, but the problem is I couldn't really read what I wrote at some points. So what I did was I'm like, no, if I can't read my story ideas, then it's going to be pretty pointless to try to write the story. So I'd be like, okay, I'm going to type them out, and then every year, like when a new year happens, right, I normally wipe all those stories to start new stories. And the reason is because I don't want to get stagnant. Because the worst thing you can do if you're doing a lot of writing and everything, this is just like, I do a lot of writing stuff just for fun, not really for like, oh, I want to be published or anything. I just want to have fun with it. I don't want to be that person that gets stuck in the idea of only making a certain kind of genre or a certain kind of story over and over and over again. Because when you write enough stories, right, or you write stories in general, you'll often find yourself repeating the same story or the same story beats, right? You want to have the ability to come up with a fresh story or think of a new story and change your perspective on that story. And I think that's the best way of doing it. Like, obviously deleting like a year's worth of work in progress is not good for most people. And most people would say, why are you doing that? Why aren't you just using them as reference material? And the thing is, if I use it as a reference, I'll write a similar story to that. And the goal isn't to write the same story, it's to write different and interesting stories with interesting ideas and takes and everything else. So I want to come up with different ideas instead of just sticking with the old ideas I know. I want to always try to innovate and change my ideas, change my opinions, and change on how the characters would see certain things. Instead of using the same characters, I'll use the same character's name, but create a different iteration of that character. One could be a noble knight, the next one could be a marauding captain, the next one could be a half monster abomination, but they'll still have the same name. That's the only thing I normally try to keep, is I keep a bunch of names. But I change, like, who are they, what is their opinions, thoughts, and beliefs, what holds them to the world, what keeps them together during times of crisis, and all that kind of stuff, right? Things you wouldn't really think about if you're writing a character at first, but it becomes immovable later on when you need to build your story around that character, and you need to think, oh, how is this character going to work in the world? If it's a world where you don't really need a hero because nothing's happening, then why make a hero character? Why not make someone who's down on their luck and just needs a way to move up in life, kind of thing. So your setting matters and your character matters, but I find generally building your characters first does help. Because it allows you to think, it's like, okay, this kind of character, what kind of world would this character live in or be in? And how would it make sense? And you're like, okay. Because you can do it the other way, which I think is the easy, like a lot of people say is the easier way, which is just create a setting first and then build your characters for that setting, which makes them more tonal, like it makes more sense. Because if you make your characters after your setting, right, you know, your setting is, let's say, like post-futuristic or something, where certain things that would drive them in a story of a survival wouldn't apply to a future where things are readily available easily. But you don't have to dismiss it outright. You don't have to be like, oh, you know, this wouldn't be a survival story because resources are so plentiful. It's like, well, how do you get those resources? It's one of those things where you have to keep storyboarding and to keep thinking about it. You have to think, it's like, how do you get the resource? How would someone survive in this world? How does it even work fundamentally with how people work? That kind of stuff, right? And you do have to think a lot of story things through. Because if you don't think about it, someone will make the conclusion for you. Like, let's say a reader makes a conclusion for you, which you may very dislike for a reason why things are the way they are in your story. Because let's say you have someone that reads your story and links to points that could seem pretty reasonable but sound really stupid. And you're like, no, I don't want that as my story canon. But if the fans are like, okay, this is what the story is now, that kind of ruins the story. So the author should have explained themselves to a certain degree and make sure when you write something, you can explain in a logical way why certain things in the world you use are the way they are. generally. Because the thing is, it depends on what you're writing as well. If you're just writing just something for fun, you don't have to think that in depth. And let's say you make one book and it's more like a high fantasy where a lot of things aren't really explained or they don't really need to because you understand, oh, people can just make fire out of their hands and stuff. But the ones that do well are the ones that do explain enough for people to use their natural intuition to figure it out. Ooh, big boy. Let me kill all of his minions first. I don't want to deal with them. And generally, if you give the audience just enough to think of their own stories within the world, but you keep a firm saying, hey, this is the story, you guys might come up with cool ideas and make your own settings, but this is what the story is, what I gave you. Generally, the audience does respect that and say, hey, yeah, this is the story we were given, we really like it, but here's what we think it could be done, kind of thing. I gotta find that damn portal. Well, obviously it's not gonna be in a cave, so I gotta keep exploring the desert. Yeah, so I want to find this portal first, at least. Just so I have it, because I'm pretty sure I never found all of Egypt's portals before. Which is sad, because I've played... what was the time I had on this from GOG? I think I have like 150 hours. No, 285 hours now. And I got the trophy saying, oh wow, you've made like 10 different characters all with different classes. I'm like, yep. Because there's some that I just played to death. Like, I played the one that got the new mastery from the TitanQuest one. From the TitanQuest expansion. And that one is, what was it? It's like, essentially it involves like key and stuff. It's like a half hybrid fighter slash like alchemist kind of class. So it's essentially a half magicaster, half melee. But it all evolved, like, I think one of its abilities involved like using potions or not. Oh no, two of them did. One was if you don't use potions at all, you get a better natural regeneration rate. If you haven't taken health potions for X amount of time. And you get like massive buffs for it. Which I think is interesting for an ability. I think it would be better as like a side ability or something. Like an ability you could put into another class any time kind of thing. There was other interesting things as well with it. It's kind of like a martial artist kind of class thing, key and all that. So like a monk. It was interesting, but it had a very interesting niche set of play at first, and then it just kind of got really weak compared to most other things. Like most other classes. Because it just didn't scale well with anything, in my opinion. There's probably like, I'm probably like way wrong or off the mark on it, and someone probably figure out a way to make that monk class really strong in this game, but I don't think there is. Not that my dumbass could figure out. Oh, god dams. Stretch. Holy hells. My god. Oh, there's the city. I was wondering where the hell it was. I like their gate. I can just open their gate. It's like, what happens if I was a monster? I could have just went right in here and be fine. Caravan woes, okay. Let me sell a bunch of shit here, just so I can get my inventory decluttered. Oh, this is a good one. Cold and lightning. Which I'm doing fire, so that it's not as good for what I'm doing currently. Okay, what's this do? Anubis' Wrath. Or Wraith. Anubis, a jackal-headed god, is the ruler of the Egyptian underworld. Enchants all weapons, 6%. It's disappointing you can't do it to blue ones. You can't give these modifiers to the blues, but I could see probably why.
It's true. After the last things are bad these days. No doubt about that.
Okay, Caravan Woes. It appears a single Dune Raider tribe led by their chieftain, Iza. Find Iza. A man in the market whose caravan was ambushed. He got away, but the raiders took all his goods. I don't remember seeing this guy around when I was walking around. It'd be funny if I walked into him in the first 10 seconds. It's like, man, he was like right across. He was your guys' literal neighbor. How could you guys not find him? Obviously, it's not Marrow Maw, obviously. Well, these guys could be it. Yeah, they're Dune Raiders. Let's see. Oh, someone's using magic. Fire magic specifically. Oh, yep, there he is. Oh, he has like an enchantment buff aura kind of thing. God, he's just gonna keep running, isn't he? That is the only downside of being a pure melee, is you have to chase people down if they like to run a lot. That is the worst thing about it. Luckily, I could kick his ass pretty easily. And thank God I didn't have to go like 10 miles in one direction in the sand here to figure out where he was. I could just go 10 minutes and find him. Holy hells. Oh. But no, hopefully on Tuesday this week, or next week, sorry, it's going to be New War. And that's when I'm going to open my Twitter and everything.
I've had my doubts, but
Let me ask this guy, see if he's got another quest, because I remember there was like 2 or 3 quests here, not just the one.
Good to meet you. Yes, it is safe here in Fayum.
Fayum, that's how they pronounce it. Okay. Yeah, so this...
Kill the curse. I hope you helped your greetings, trap. It was not a rumor.
Oh, there's someone here.
Once I went into the desert, I'd take my hide over some gold and jewels any day.
What's this? Monsters search for a tomb and claim the forgotten treasure. Did I already do that?
what pleases the noble traveler?
Noble. Pff. We're far from nobility. We'd be considered a savage in these people's eyes. Then again, we're the only ones risking our ass to save them, so they might think a little differently. Especially what we're doing here. Like, Egypt is not a friendly place. Well, ancient Egypt isn't. All the fucking monsters and shit they have. Then again, the monsters have gone crazy everywhere. And if I remember correctly, it was... What's their name? The Telkin are the ones that are responsible for all the monsters going insane. Or that's the lore explanation, I'm pretty darn sure. By using like rituals and spells that like offset the balance of the world. And the gods are just like, yeah, we ain't interested in that anymore. Even though it's so funny, a lot of stories are like, man, gods love fucking with humanity all the time, and then there's just one day they decide, nah, we're good, fam. Like, what the fuck? It's literally, it's like, I'll be there for every sports game and everything. And then they, like, just show up for the one and only and go, well, that was the important one. The rest of them are meh. Like, it is so funnily stupid. Oh. So I gotta find this damn tomb somewhere. Mounted Marauders. I'm trying to remember if there's a way to get your own mount in this. I don't think there is. Which I thought that would be a thing where you could get a mount. I was thinking Warfare would be good with that. Alright guys, I'm just exhausted. Oh yeah, summon my golem. Duh. Come on, my core dweller. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Yes. Health regen, total speed, and fire damage. Hell yeah. Wait, it didn't already have fire attacks? It's literally a fire elemental. What the hell? Like, read its description. Draws a powerful elemental guardian from the depths of from the Earth's fiery depths. And it doesn't naturally do fire damage. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I get suspension of disbelief, I suppose. I do like how our character is always in like a perpetual fighting pose. That's always interesting when we like stop. Like, we don't holster our blades ever. We always have them ready. And again, we're always in fucking perpetual danger. We don't know what's coming, so that would make more sense. And that's like sheathing our blades every 10 seconds after we stop moving. We just have amazing grip. Oh god. Scorpiuses. A lot of the bastards too. Ooh, yes. Amun-Ra. If I remember correctly, Amun-Ra is Anubis's. No, Amun-Ra was one of the main gods, like the king of the gods, right? Let me check this. Amun-Ra, ruler of the sun, is the greatest of the Egyptian gods. I thought so. Amun-Ra, yeah. Because that's Ra's full name, is Amun-Ra. Yeah. Energy, health. Oh, that could be good. I thought Amun-Ra, the ruler of the sun, would be fire-based, but hey. I guess the sun just means everything else but literal fire. Unfortunate. I was more hoping to have the ability to actually have a decent fire buff on one of my weapons. Besides just my magic doing it. Okay, I found the temple part. Oh, here.
You're the one from Greece. The Prometheans kept them.
Can we actually enter this temple? Well, I don't think so. It looks thoroughly fucking destroyed. Okay, what does this guy have to say? I gotta...
Whether the Telkin was taking revenge on the order of Prometheus or searching for something, I cannot say. He destroyed much, as you can see. Went through the whole temple, then left.
Maybe this is something for later on, maybe? Yeah, because there's some weird shit going on here. I don't know what's going on with the pharaohs and everything. I'm a foreigner in this land, so I'm just here to desecrate everything instead. Where the hell's this? Oh, this is just Farum again. Okay, let me check the map. Okay. Point of interest. Giza Passage. There's still this big corner of the map to explore, and then down here. So I'm gonna explore this wide strip first. Okay. Well, at least my dweller seems like he's doing better now, but I haven't had any real combat. Let's see how well he does. I don't know if it's my fire aura killing them, or if it's him actually doing damage. That is sad. Oh well. Yes. Mysterious tomb. Wait. Not a part I couldn't see on the map before. I'm pretty sure I've been to that mysterious tomb before. But maybe that treasure didn't exist yet, so I'm gonna pop into that tomb real quick and see. I'm pretty sure I've already cleared that one before. Or like I said last stream, stream from yesterday, I pretty much said, this game, yeah, there we go. Forgot I had mana potions. This game won't tell you you've cleared an objective by accident. It'll be like, oh, you've already cleared it. Yeah, so let's kill this guy. Resheath the Undying King of Nebula, zombie hero. I do like a lot of the special units, or like special monster units, are all like old heroes kind of thing. That's always interesting. Or they have a title of hero, which I think is really cool. Because it makes the player character wonder, oh, will I ever be one of these monsters eventually as well if I fall in battle? After the gods see no use for us anymore. That also doesn't explain our like near immortality either. Because remember, in a lot of concepts with myths, right, mortality is always a thing that's brought up. Because like we have been killed many times. Not in this playthrough. Not a lot. Maybe once or twice. So I don't know how the game explains that one away, where it's just like we've died like several times in combat and we rise again. I don't know. Because a lot of games are like, okay, that's just an in-game mechanic and they won't explain a part of the story. But you think about a game with myths and this kind of stuff, you would think they would try to explain how our character keeps coming back from the dead. My only guess, like, it would have been more interesting if every time you died, you would have to go through Hades. You'd have to do, like, a mini dungeon and get back. I could also see that being really tedious, though, where people are like, Jesus Christ, I have to go through Hades again after I just died. Alright, let's see what Imhotep's got. What do they got? Uh-oh. Well, what did that do?
Why, this cannot be. How could we fail? All that we tried to accomplish has been in vain. It is clear to me that the gods cannot help us. We are now truly on our own. Ah,
Well, Imhotep, I tried to tell you that, but you didn't believe me.
rampaging through Egypt has ravaged a number of sites guarded by the order of Prometheus. These sites hold powerful artifacts from the ancient war. Clearly, the Hellking is looking for something. Because of the artifacts' mysterious powers, we of the order have guarded the hidden sites for thousands of years. And now there is only one site that has gone untouched in all of Egypt. In my blindness, I ignored all this because I thought the gods would save us. I was truly a fool. You must go to the tomb of Ramses, the last site in the Valley of the Kings. Head up the Nile to Thebes, and from there to the valley and the tomb. Look for signs of the TitanQuest passage. Whatever he's searching for must not fall into his hands. When you have accomplished this task, meet me in Thebes. Now that we cannot count on the gods to save humanity, we must count on our heroes. Go now!
Hell yeah. It was funny because I'm pretty sure the Oracle was like, oh, the gods are still here to a certain degree. Just kind of being like suppressed. And then Imhotep was like, I'm going to call the gods, see if they can give us a hand. And then the gods refuse the call, so he realizes, oh shit, we are all by ourselves. And I'm like, the Oracle in the previous chapter pretty much broke that down to me. I should have told Imhotep that so he would understand, but I guess not. I guess being a silent protagonist has its downsides to a certain degree. We can't tell him shit. We can't tell him, yeah, man, yeah, our Oracle, the Oracle in Greece pretty much said we're fucked. I should have warned you about that before I just did that scavenging hunt quest for a little bit, but hey, you know, who doesn't like a mile jog through the goddamn desert? Nah, it's not like that's ever been a problem once. I hate fucking deserts. I like them in concept for like levels, but my god, do they suck crossing. They just suck. Well, then again, I think the thing that soured me on deserts was Uncharted 3. When I played Uncharted 3 and there was that one desert section where it seemed like it lasted bloody forever. And I'm like, yes, I know it's a desert. I know deserts are really punishing and not hospitable for human beings, but man, you don't have to make that segment run on for fucking ages. I know deserts suck. Can we just move on? Like, my favorite desert level, actually, because like I said, my favorite levels are deserts, forests, and snow maps. If the desert's done right, I think there's only certain deserts I really like. Like one of my favorite ones was Ratchet and Clank's desert from Ratchet and Clank 2. Going Commando. That game was great. Fantastic game. And oh my god, I just loved that game. That game was so good. Oh, Ratchet and Clank. I think the modern ones have their own kind of appeal, but it's not my kind of speed for a game. I still prefer the older ones, you know, 1, 2, and 3. I did like, what was his name? It was the Combat Arena one. Deadlock, that's it. I like Deadlock. Deadlock was fun. Because it was a bit different from the Ratchet and Clank I knew. It was a bit different, and I still enjoyed it. Come on. Come on, you big bony... Well, thankfully they're using fire, and, you know, my guy's a fire golem. Oh. I couldn't do fire damage. Alright, Core Dweller, up you go. I don't think I've spent any points into him. Yeah. So I think I might spend my next level up on him, just to make him a bit more powerful. Just because he is a bit lacking at the moment. Because his health is crap. If I have more health than him, that's a fucking concern. Because I'm supposed to be like a caster, not really a frontliner. Or I'm kind of like a combat caster who Essentially, I have weak combat abilities and weak casting abilities, but together they're strong. So if I just try to go pure caster spec, I would essentially die really quickly. Actually, I could probably go pure caster spec, actually. I think there is something in the skill tree for runes, which gives you benefits for only using a spear. Then again, they give you the ability to dual wield swords, so I'm going to bloody well use it. Instead of going into warfare, because that was the other path, would just be go through into warfare. Because warfare actually has an ability pretty early on, which gives you the ability to dual wield. My god. There's a lot of flapping and shit on the screen. Uh-oh. He triggered Sacred Rage. That is... Whew, that was brutal. Yeah, so I think... I'm wondering if I should respec. No, not right now. I think Core Dweller's fine. For now. He doesn't last long, but I think I can put some points into him for now. My durability isn't that bad as long as I pace the fights well enough. And I don't rush into fights and I can't win. Or reasonably defend myself against. As long as I keep myself and stat it up and cautious, I should be fine for the most part. DC and outskirts, okay. I wonder if I'm supposed to find the Valley of Kings through here first, then get to Thesian outskirts. We'll see. I'm pretty sure we get to there, and then we get to the Valley of Kings and Ramses and all that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so those guys chopped them apart really easy. Like, some of these guys are pretty low level, and some others like higher than me, so... The levels really, really change in this game. Like, tremendously change. Like, my god. Good lordy lord. But no, it's one of those things where it's just like, I'm trying to figure out why. Why they only use some parts of the ancient world and not others. Then again, some of them are just like end of the world kind of things, so I can understand why they wouldn't use it, because of everything that was like a doomsday prophecy was thought of that would happen. Well, what I'm more disappointed about, they didn't use any Aztec stuff. It's like, oh, it's across an ocean. I'm like, well, that hasn't stopped us. Remember, Egypt isn't convenient either. We had to cross an ocean ourselves, the Red Sea, and a few other places. Oh, wait, no, they wouldn't have crossed the Red Sea. They would have went through the ocean, one of the bigger oceans to get to Egypt. Because the Red Sea is the only one to cross the Mediterranean. Yeah. So they still had to cross like a big ocean body of water. It's like, oh well, they didn't have to cross across the Pacific or the Atlantic Ocean all the way to either like Japan or Australia. I'm like, just imagine if you had to fight Australian. It's like, what's Australia's lore? It's like, well, there's no lore. Everything's actually real and trying to kill you instead. That'd be the funnier part. It's like, what's Australian lore? Well, we don't have any myths. Why is that? Because everything already here is trying to kill us. And is already pretty scary without needing its own myth. No mythos exists in Australia just because everything there is already dangerous. Or everything's already mythical compared to everywhere else's standards. Oh god, but I wonder, like, 'cause this game has so much potential for, like, certain things. Like, it's like, what could, like, other places beside, like, Egypt and Babylon and stuff like that be like? So there's, like, so much potential. So much potential. And that what makes this kind of game great, is because it's a great base that you can just build upon and build more. Then again, the next one I'll be playing for ARPG after I beat this one, like doing Ragnarok and Ember, will be its predecessor, or spiritual successor, I think. Yeah, its spiritual successor. Used the same engine, I'm pretty sure, and a few other things, which was Grim Dawn. But I was, like, for example, this will take me a while to beat completely. Or all the way to Ember Quest. Or getting past Ember Quest, the last expansion. Just because, I'm waiting for the Grim Dawn's newest expansion to come out. And that expansion, oh my god, it gives you the ability to shapeshift. I'm like, come on, how's that not an insta-buy? I love the druid from, what's it called? I love druid from Diablo 2, the whole transform into a werewolf and everything. That was awesome. And then I loved the transformation system they had in Last Epoch. That was really, really fun. The only problem is I didn't like druid immediately went to werebear instead of like, oh, you get a werewolf or anything. That was the thing that did peeve me a little bit. The druid subclass only had... It had 3 ones that were all interesting. One was like a swarm lord, which is a bug. Which is built on like high physical damage plus like creating creatures. Then there was the Spriggan, which was like a spellcaster only. And then the bear is your basic, you know, just massive DPS kind of thing. With your physical weapon. So, you know, it's pretty solid. But I still didn't like that they made werebear instead of werewolf. I know it's details, but I have bad memories of using the werebear in Diablo 2. Because normally what you do to kill like Undario really easily, you get yourself to level 14, you get one, no, you only need level 13, level 12. What you do is you get Maul. Maul is only for the werebear. And the werebear is just tanky enough to just eat up the poison damage from Undario, and you just maul her to death with Maul. Because Maul is just like such a heavy hitting attack. And I'm like, man, I hate that I have to use the werebear to do this.
My heart filled with joy. My weapons and armor are simply the best. Look for yourself.
I don't think so, because I'm literally wearing an armor set made of obsidian that glows blue. I think my armor is a little better than what you have on stock in the moment, bud. Okay, yep. 4 points, yep. Okay. I might talk to the Mystic later. Oh yeah, nice. I'm getting the Oriental armors now. Which are pretty nice looking, I have to say. I still like what the ancient armors, I guess I could call them, look like. Like this kind of stuff. That looks nice. Like that looks really nice. Like, I think that looks really good on the character model. But unfortunately, I'm not a spellcaster in this playthrough. Because, like, we're getting now the Oriental armor and the Babylon looking stuff. Because we are... Because on how TitanQuest works, it's more level-based. So the higher and higher level you are, the more you'll get later on from different places. So it's not place specifically. It is also where you are. So let's say you're like level 26 or 28, you'll be getting level 28, 26 gear. And what's level 28, 26 gear? Oh, that's Babylon. Babylon/Oriental. My question is there no quests? Oh yeah, the Corrupted Priest. One brave priest stood against the Tolkien as it passed through the Temple of Seti. Fortunately, the priest was defeated and transformed into some kind of monster. Search for the Corrupted Priest somewhere near the Valley of Kings. Is this the Valley of Kings? I'm pretty sure it is. Nope, Highlander Pass. Because I remember, if I remember correctly, there is a place that's like completely optional around here, and it was for like certain questing things. So I'm just gonna check if there's any quests nearby. Ooh, Caravaner.
Storage? Caravan storage?
Of course, man, I always need storage. Bam. Now I actually have the money, because I'm actually picking up shit and everything, so I can actually give them everything. Okay. Yep, portal's been unlocked. Wait, what? Sealed by quest. What do you mean? What is my main quest? I gotta fucking look at it. Main quest. Search for the Tolkien in the Valley of Kings. A powerful Tolkien has been attacking Prometheans. Okay. So, I better head there.
Everyone asks where the monsters came from. It is clear as day. They were sent by the enemies of the gods.
I don't know, it more just seems like the monsters have always existed, and since the gods have now pissed off, as in, like, just left, now the monsters are like, now it's our time to shine, and they just kind of come here. It's also weird to see scorpion people wielding weapons when you're like, they have natural claws and shit. So I'm like, hey guys, why are you guys wielding weapons? Why not use your claws? It could probably, it might have the same reason why we use weapons instead of our natural physical abilities, like using our like fingernails to claw people and everything. Probably because like a weapon is far more dangerous still. But, like those claws don't look small, and they have a stinger that poisons. So if you're a scorpion person, you would think you would probably use your stinger and your claws more. Or then again, they probably learned that if they risk their like other appendages by fighting, and they get easily sliced apart or broken, and they can't fix that, then they're just kind of dead. So they probably realize that and go, yeah, no, we'll just use human weapons. At least with human weapons, they're effective against humans. Okay, turned him into a monster. Messenger Ridge. Jesus. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're down into the tombs. I like the undead hounds are called Hounds of Anubis. I love that. I like that little touch. Instead of like, oh, they're just undead. Some of them are called like Undead of Anubis and stuff like that. That is what I find is a little neat. It's not like anything important, but it's just like a small little text thing, but it still makes it feel more, you know, more connected to the gods and all that, right? Wow, this guy likes his stone constructions. Man, I feel bad for this corrupted priest, dude. He stood up against evil and became evil himself. Don't worry, I have the proper cleansing technique. 2 swords forged in fire. I don't remember if there was any certain other requirements I had to do. I don't think so. Also, I don't think this is the Valley of Kings. Thebes, we'll head back there. And we'll go from there. God, there's just harpies outside the wall. Jesus Christ.
You found the nebula, truly. These are troubling, truly. These are troubling.
Careful with that staff.
Bro, I can't even wield sticks. Oh, I wonder what this headgear looks like.
All right then.
Nice, very Egyptian. Nice. Oh, right. Oh, it's so weird to have janky requirements like I have. Because if I take off certain pieces of equipment, I can't use all my other equipment. It's so weird to have so much jank. My other curiosity is, what is this one increasing? Dexterity and intelligence. And Rune Master increases strength and intelligence and dexterity. But strength is the least amount, so I may have to pump a lot of stats into just strength. Yeah, so I think I might have to bump up strength a lot if I'm going to use weapons and everything, like heavy armor. And instead of using like the armor stats, I'm going to have to use a lot of just pure strength myself. I thought I would need a lot of dexterity. I didn't realize that all my masteries just give me a ton of dexterity and everything. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I think it's not Ragnarok, but you need Atlantis to get your certain abilities. Because I think the certain higher up ones are like you need Atlantis to get it. Okay, nearly next level up. I'm more curious where this damn pass is. That door's locked, so there's got to be some way to get to the Valley of Kings. Must be, right? Maybe this is the right path. Has to be, right? This has got to be to the Valley of Kings. Like, I don't know where else this would go. This is like on a ledge. I'm more hoping there's a waypoint there. This is quite a distance to travel. I thought there was a point here at some point. Well, there's a rebirth fountain. That's good to see. Okay, good to see that at least. I don't like how randomly my game will stutter sometimes. That is a bit concerning. And I don't know why it stutters. Place of Truth. You know, a name like that never seems like a good thing. So let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Hell yeah. There's a bunch of dudes in here. Yep. Killing them all. But no, this is kind of a wind down stream after a long week. Just to wind down a bit and enjoy some TitanQuest. Like, I'm starved for like these kind of games a lot. Like, the next one I might stream, if I can't do Grim Dawn until that expansion comes out, I'm going to do, I was thinking Inquisitor Martyr, actually. That or the Van Helsing trilogy. Which are both Nightcore games, but the thing is, I think they're perfectly serviceable as they are. The only problem is I just don't like how unfriendly Martyr's systems are. Like, they're incredibly unfriendly. Like, to a point where the interface sometimes hurts you to even use it properly. Okay, I finally reached the Valley of Kings. Dear God. That's probably like the longest expanse of shit I've had to go through. I'm actually curious though. Let's explore the sides a little. It's I don't know if that's an ARPG veterans kind of like doing things, but you explore the edges of the map first to see if there's anything interesting, and then you explore the center of the area, essentially covering the whole area to make sure there's not caves or loot or enemies. Because the more you explore, you'll get more XP and more ability to do stuff. Because you can find quests that are like kill this random monster or something like that, and gives you a tremendous benefit or point of interest, right? So generally, it's better to explore in these kinds of games, even if it's dangerous. Or actually, especially if it's dangerous. Just because you get more XP for killing the enemies. Even if, let's say, you can kill one at a time. Then just kill that one at a time and just keep going. Yeah, even those hyenas break apart my golem. Damn. Damn. So, either I up my Earth Enchantment and make him a one-punch-man golem, or I make him dur enough to outlast the heat death of the universe. Both of them are viable options, but one takes significantly more resources than the other. Because I have to spend even more into the core dwellers, trees, and everything. And I doubt it will increase his survivability to a good enough point. Also, I do like the footprints in the desert sand. That's a cool thing too, like a little like nod to detail. You know, when you're in a desert, you actually make footprints. Right, that's pretty darn cool. Yeah, so I thought so. This is the end spec of the area. Or it's gonna be close to the darn end, I'm pretty sure. Oh, right, I gained 2 ability points. Strength. I'm going to need a ton of strength. Yeah, Valley of Kings, yeah. So Egypt is essentially done. Then I'll probably just continue from Babylon. You know, you never think on how long a game like this is. And then you start playing it and you're like, my god, it is actually pretty fucking long. Actually, now that I think about it... You know what? Is this where I'm supposed to go for the main quest? By the Prometheans is the tomb of the Ramses. So this is not the right one. I gotta go find Ramses' tomb. Because it's called the Valley of Kings, so there's probably multiple kings' tombs in here. So I gotta find the right king's tomb, which is Ramses. Alright, let's do our shopping list and find us some old dead kings. Nope. Man, look at these antlions, level 28. Level 25? Jesus, I'm only level 23 and I'm killing enemies that hit five levels higher than my weight class. So it's not bad for like the damage I do and everything, but I haven't upgraded gear in a while. But I'm thinking that might be a good thing. And from Amenepsis. Okay, because there's multiple kings, right? So this is called the Valley of Kings for a reason, so I gotta find Ramses' tomb. So it might be right around here somewhere. What's this one? Enohap. Like, Ramses is here somewhere. Like, he was a pharaoh. Or king, I suppose. Do you think they call it the Valley of the Pharaoh, not the Valley of the King? But hey. This one, and the next one down here. Oh, there's Ramses. Yes. Because that is one thing, like, that is what I recommended in these older ARPGs. They don't give you the lobotomy markers. So read the quest before you actually go, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. Because I was about to explore that entire tomb, like 5 minutes ago. Just because I didn't read the quest, and it's like, go to Ramses. That is a very important distinction to make. Like, bloody read the quest before you do it. Or as you're doing it, read it a few times before you just go, yeah, this is where I go, and then you get lost. That has happened to me a few times in certain quests. Not only in this game, too. Yeah, demons. It's definitely the Tolkien is here. Because wherever demons are, the Tolkien are essentially here. Okay, so... I'm going to boost Core Dweller by 2. And then my Fire Aura. And now I'm going to summon him. He is 780 at level 3. So he's not that strong. But we'll see if he can at least be a decent meat shield. Or a decent damage dealer. So as long as he can stand toe-to-toe with me for a little bit, that is worth the almost 300... how much investment of energy do you have to pour on this guy? Where is it? 266. So essentially, yeah. So if I have to spend 266 on him and he can't survive more than 10 seconds, then he's not worth the investment. Even though if I invest into him a lot more, he probably could be more survivable. But I'm not really doing a pet thing. I'm doing more, you know, general damage by myself kind of thing. So if I'm not doing enough, I'm going to have to cut back on the unnecessary stuff. That's the thing. A lot of these games make you think on what you're making as you're playing. And I'm more like that instead of like there's only a certain guaranteed meta builds you have to look on the internet for. Because this game was made like before that was a very good possibility to look up on the internet to find shit. That's what made it so great. You know, you had to figure shit out on your own. And don't get me wrong, it has some really old gameplay ideas, but it actually has some ones that other modern games don't even implement. Like, some games don't even let you rift back to town. And it's funny when people are like, oh, Diablo was the one that did that first. I'm like, I'm pretty sure TitanQuest did it first. Because it said TitanQuest is from 1999, or 1991. Which I don't think so. Maybe the license exists that far back. But I'm pretty sure TitanQuest didn't come out until, I think, 1996 or 1998. I'm pretty sure. Then again, you bloody wouldn't know it because of the Anniversary Edition, which I'm playing right now. Okay. More what I wish was, like, TitanQuest 2 would come out at some point, but my concern is with a lot of modern ARPGs, my concern is they always want you to be online. They always want you to, like, sign in with an account and everything like that. I'm like, I don't know why that has become the trend ever since, like, Diablo 3 came out. And now ever since you're like, oh, you need an account for a single player main experience. Like, oh, you can play with your friends. I'm like, yeah, but you're not playing with randos. Because the thing is, if you play randos with a game like this, there is so many things that can go wrong and will go wrong. And it also depends on how the game does loot dividing and everything like that too. Like, is the loot global or per person's perspective? So let's say I see a loot and I go, oh, okay, this is a sword, shield, and spear. And someone else sees, oh, it's a main chest armor, bracers, and a helmet. Uh-oh. They resurrected something. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh. Oh, this guy made a very poor mistake. He decided to use fire as his main attack. Okay, I'm getting god beamed. Okay, that's not good. What does this thing look like? Looks like just a giant cultist or something. I just keep beating on the main monster. I didn't even deal with his illusions. I just had my rock giant just keep beating the shit out of him. Eat that, mister. I'm a superior spellcaster. No, you are not. I am built to resist fire, you dipstick. Hell yeah, kicked his ass. Nice, I got a tablet. Ooh, Mystic Orb. Yay, loot orb. Yes. My question is, what were they trying to get? Let's look at that tablet I picked up. Let's see what the hell it is. The strange wedge-shaped markings in clay resemble birds' feet. Okay. But why? You know, you'd think this guy, being a king and all that, or a pharaoh, mind you, would be rich as fuck, but apparently not. Well, there's Anubis. Anubis, Amun-Ra. Okay. It probably says go back to town. I'll be more annoyed if it's like, don't go back to town. Oh, yep. First rule of ARPGs, read the quests. Okay, where is it? Take the strange back to Emotep and Thetis. Okay. Maybe this isn't the end of Egypt. Well, the weird thing is, I'm already in the Valley of Kings, so I don't know how it's not the end of Egypt. Oh, sorry, I went to the wrong place again. God damn it. I want to head to this place. That, or there's... Oh, well, there's still that one gate, right? So I think killing the Tolkien gave... or the Telkeen gave us the tablet. Then we give it to Imhotep, and he's like, oh, shit, their real plan is this. Go stop them. And we fail, of course, because they're always one step ahead. Somehow. That's the one thing I don't like about certain plot contrivances and shit in games. I'm like, how is the enemy always one step ahead of us? Like, how? Or are we just that terminally late?
You defeated the Telkeen? Excellent.
Of course, Telkeen is that hard.
You must get to Babylon. Even now, another Telkeen is assaulting that city. What is this tablet that you found? Let me take a look at it. Oh no, I know now what these Telkeen were looking for. This tablet reveals that within the Temple of Marduk, below the Hanging Gardens, rests the sickle of Kronos. This sickle was used by the Titans in the Great War and possesses the power to kill even a god. If this sickle is at the Telkeen's command, oh, we are all doomed. Hurry! It is most important that you get to Babylon right away. You defeated it there. The gates are open.
Perfect. Oh, skill points. Yes. Okay, what should I spend it on? Core Dweller should be okay. Heat Shield I don't need. Stone Form. I am debating that. What's this one? Fire Retaliation. The only problem is Stone Form doesn't last long. It lasts 6 seconds. So it's good for, oh shit, I'm in danger. But... I'm more curious what it looks like. What does Stone Form look like? Stone Form. Oh. Well, that's kind of lame. I thought it would just petrify us kind of thing. Oh well. That is what the Mystic is for.
Untie the strands of fate.
Oh, wait, no, that was the wrong one. I didn't want to do that one. Undo. No, I want to do that one. Done. Is there any other skills I think I've just dumped in unnecessarily? Let's see here. Rune Feather. Acquire certain coins for all weapons. That one's pretty okay, actually. Yeah, so what I'll do is... I'll put one more into rune weapon and one more into elemental charge or magic charge, just so it increases general damage output, because I do need that quite a bit. Okay, that's done. Good. Any gear checks before I go?
Look at the blade on this one?
Wait, what? With the vast power it contains, seems very gently. I don't like I just have a random vibrating rod in my inventory. That doesn't sound like a good idea, but hey, you know what? I'll let this Imhotep guy, he seems trustworthy. He's dressed in purple. Not like any kind of villain ever has been dressed in purple of all things. Yes, got him. Alright, another hero, another Dune Rider. Brood the Mad. Alright, Brood the Mad has just been mopped up. Okay, killing him, killing him, killing him. And the good thing is, with the Dweller generating threat, he does relieve me of certain enemies. Like, he'll draw at least some enemies away from me, so I can just quickly kill them. Which helps tremendously. Oh my god, this is weird. Oh, it's because we're in a sandstorm. I was like, what's this weird filter on the screen? It's because you're in a sandstorm. That's why. Wow, you guys are really weak compared to the rest. What the hell? That's weird. I more hope I get a really sick Babylonian sword. Because I think my Khopesh and my long, like... Because I like the long scimitar blade I have in my right hand, or my left hand, but Jesus. It has overstayed its welcome since Act 1. And I'm at the end of Act 2, and I still haven't found a better blade to put in my left hand. Found a better one to put in my right, but not my left. And even then, I don't think it's the greatest one I could probably use at the moment. Especially with other options. But the problem is I just haven't picked up anything better. Because things might have just general batter damage, but the modifiers, a lot of the weapons I have currently are just so damn good. Like, incredibly good. Like, mwah. Perfect. Okay, got that done. Let's do it. Alright, got him. These down, down. Okay, got all these guys. I do like the Exhumed Dead do melt and then turn into a skeleton. This is pretty much showing them they're reanimated completely, not just the flesh they're reanimated, it's like the whole body. So it gives you that feeling that the whole thing's been reanimated and not just the skeleton. It's a kind of nice touch. Oh my god. Ugh. God. Hate it when summer begins because it's all the darn allergies and everything. Ugh. Alright. Let's do it. So if we already killed the Tolkien that was causing all this shit to happen, and we're trying to head to Babylon, who's the boss of the end of this chapter? I can't remember. Maybe it's a pissed off pharaoh. Who knows? But I can't remember. Like, there are certain chapters in this game I can't remember for the life of me. Like, I like the Egypt chapter. I like playing through Act 2 of this game. It's funny. It does go like how Diablo 2 was. Because it goes... You start off in some kind of like... Well, Diablo 2 starts off in more of a forest. And this one starts more off in like a... more near like the Mediterranean or like a coastal area. And then the two games actually get very similar between Act 2 and 3. Because both Act 2 and 3 are both the same. So Act 2 in this game is ancient Egypt. Act 2 in Diablo 2 is a desert, just like Egypt. And then Act 3 is ancient Babylon and Oriental. And then Act 3 in Diablo is all jungle as well. But the thing with ancient Babylon is it's only jungle for the first like half of the act. Because the second part of the act is you go to the mountains, like deep into the mountains and everything. Like Act 3 is long. And like each act in this game is pretty fucking decently long. Like it takes around like 4 or 5 hours per act, I would have to say. And even then, that's if you're able to actually kill a lot of the enemies. If you can barely hurt some of them, oh my god, will you be stuck there for ages? Like right now, I'm just able to slap people away from me and just instantly get rid of them. But there's other playstyles that won't be as easy, where you have to like run away for a lot and recalculate a strategy and then redo it again, right? And like there's sometimes these games are really hard because they are really specific on how they want you to build your character. Taking more of the RPG out of it and making only one character, which is annoying because it railroads you into a certain character type or something like that. But I find there is still a lot of freedom in this game to make really goofy combinations. Because one of the ones I do want to make, I might do a hardcore playthrough of this game, which will be very interesting, is a Shiro Emiya-like character from Fate. And I think he would be Dream and Warfare. I was thinking Hunting, because, you know, he's an archer class. But I'm like, no, he's a dual wielder. He dual wields swords. That's what he's famous for. He is famous for unlimited blade works. So Warfare for not only the dual wielding, but for bladesmanship. What the hell? Okay. Sand Wraith Lord. That does not sound good. Well, I just slapped his minions away. It's gonna be a hot minute beating the crap out of this dude. No, we've already got a quarter of his health chunked. I do like my golem does not... Oh my god, he uncast my abilities. What the hell? Or I just ran out of mana. Jesus. Maybe I ran out of energy and I didn't realize it because I summoned my golem without using, what do you call it? Using a mana potion or an energy potion. Also, why is there just a bunch of tiny coffers? Alright. Done. Almond Raw. Ooh. That's an interesting sword. Alright. Now we can head to Babylon. Bam. Babylon! Yes! We are heading to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
By Inanna! I thought the portals were a myth. How did you get it to work? But never mind that right now.
Let's just say some old geezer in Egypt told me how to do it. Some very old geezers like, yeah, use this. It's a fun little thing. Okay, now we're in the war swords kind of thing now. Interesting. Okay, shields don't need. What is the armor for this place? Oh yeah, it's the scale suits and everything, which look cool, I have to say, and I do like the the corn helmets. They're pretty funny. Kopesh. Kopesh of Festering. Life Leech, Vitality Damage, and Convert Health. It's still, like, my Oz... what does my Osprey Blade even have? Prometheus is Fire. And then this one is Burn Damage and everything, which I do need. So, if I could just find a sword that just generally does better damage, as, like, a ratio, it should be good. Oh, this one's Cold and Vitality, which isn't good. Cold... It keeps giving me the ones I don't use. I don't use Cold on this character. What does this one do? Leech, right? The other one's like Poison and Dex.
Best of luck.
You think clearing an act would at least give you a bonus or something, but nope. Yeah, so Oriental's a pretty big place. For example, you start in Babylon and then you end up in ancient China. So yeah, we are in the Hanging Gardens, which is a pretty cool place. Mythologically, anyway. A lot of fish people here. Lots of fish people. Oh god, so many fish. They already lost the dude? How? There was 4 guys and now there's 3. That's how we know the hero of the story is just built different. I didn't even lose my my deployable golem, who's my meat shield. They lost 1 dude from a tussle they didn't even really fight in that long. Mahogany chest, nice. Clasp of resist. Okay. Yes. And I was thinking about starting Discord too. I gotta look up a lot of things though on the internet to understand how to build communities and shit, because Jesus Christ. Is that something like really hard to understand how that works? Okay. And then I think I might make a a notepad note where it just has like all of my social links and everything already on there. Cause like YouTube doesn't let me use it for like Twitch of all. Uh-oh, poison. Oh crap. Oh, yep. Yep. This jungle creep is way too strong. I am like, yeah, I am way too weak to fight these guys because they're like level 28 and 29. And they just do every damage type I'm weak to. Oh, good lord. Okay, let's see if round 2 will help me. Let's see what we got. Because I haven't changed like my gauntlets in ages. And there's stuff like that where it's like I haven't changed my bracers at all. I haven't changed a lot of my gear setup. Ever since ancient Greece. The one thing I changed earlier was my greaves. And that was it, which is my leg armor. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like see that? Level 36. I'm only level 23, so I'm way too high spec, so the game is changing the value variables, so it makes it harder. Because that guy should not be level 36. That guy should be like maybe level 25 or 8. But now the game has changed the variables, so now it's made it a lot harder. So what I think I might do is I think I might respec in certain things. Like I might take out all of the core dweller stuff, and I might just go pure damage. This guy's fucking insane. He took out half my health in one singular hit. So I'm gonna head back to town first. See what my options are. Hanging Gardens. And see if I have the ability to even upgrade anything.
What is it?
Let's see here. What do we got? Armor, regeneration. This one has better regeneration, less armor. Less armor as well. So these tough bracers of the bull are still pretty damn good. This sword might be better than what's her face's blade. Cleopatra's short sword. And then this one, if I take the other one out, I should be able to use this as a better sword, because that's 25 and that's 24. This one is hitting 19 to 24, so that's at least a better sword upgrade. But I don't think I have anything better for armor. So this is giving me fire and like just general resistances. So I may have to hit my head into a wall a few times. This is less armor, more strength, more health, more regen. So this one might be better to use. And then let's see if I get better leg armor. Regeneration. Is there any heavy armor I can use? No. This merchant doesn't sell at the moment. And there won't be a merchant like this for a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll go back. Because Babylon does start you off with like nothing. I'm going to head back to Egypt, Memphis. Just to go back to the Caravaner, just to get better gear. And then I'll head back. Like for example, I'll take out one of my... what do you call it? My Prometheus fire out of my blade and put it in the new blade. Recover rune, yep. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll change
What?
Burning Kopesh. This one gives me fire damage, vitality, strength, and regen. So that one's better than my Kopesh. And they match, which is kind of... I do like matching my blades. Like, I have the cash at the moment, so I don't mind. So, Prometheus is fire. I'm going to head to my caravan and see what they have. And I'll see if I can fortify my armor with something a little stronger. So, I'll put that. I'm going to see if there's any greaves I can use. 16 strength and armor. How good is my regular armor? Regeneration 2.5. So, I may want to use something a little stronger. Helmet's still pretty good and still pretty up to date. Actually, it's stronger than most of my current stuff. So I don't want to swap that out. What's this one? Convert health to damage. So I'll put that on one of my other weapons. So I'll put that... do I have enough Prometheus Fire for more? Health and health regeneration. That's lightning damage. And that's health and strength. So putting an Amun-Ra Glory could help. Mirror... That's only on shields. This one will help. Do I have any ankle armor? Warfare and that, but I don't really have anything that's warfare. Percalis' short blade. That won't help. Atlas's gauntlets. That would help. Because that would give me... What did you say? Stone form... 21 dex. Yeah, that gives me more than Heracles' strength. So I'll wear the Atlas ones. Just to get better strength buff. That armor looks nice, but I'm not gonna wear it. The life bane could be interesting, but I don't think I could really utilize it. So what do I have for... So I'm gonna dismantle this one. And I'll see if they have any better greaves, because if I'm not getting the set bonus, there's no point on using it. Okay. Physical damage, defense ability, and movement speed. There's nothing... I should check the other sellers. Okay, what? And then I'll go to the Arcanist and take out the Core Dweller. Because the Core Dweller is a nice little option, but it's not helping with actually outputting damage. And it's not even doing its main job, which would be distract the enemy, because it won't survive long enough to distract the enemy, especially at the current levels, so that's not going to help. So I'm going to head to Thebes then and take care of that. Sometimes this does happen time to time in a game like this. You sometimes have to refigure out how you're going to rebuild your character to a certain point. Let's see here. Fire resistance... Babylonian helmet, like I said, my helmet's pretty decent. So let me go to the Mystic here. Yeah, there we go. And then what I want is generally durability stuff. So that's not going to help for durability. What kind of Rune Master stuff? Offensive ability. Rune of Life. Cast on yourself or on allies to protect them. That would be more helpful if I didn't have to click on myself to do it. Runic Mines. Rage could help. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll add some points to this one. 2 points to this one. 2 points into that. Just to increase my general survivability skills at the moment, because I don't think damage is my problem. I think my damage output is fine for the most part. I just think I just lack survivability. Yep. Prometheus is fire on 1. Amun-Ra on the ring. Right, I can't put it on that kind of ring. Or on the amulet. I can only put it on this ring. Which is the 90 health and better regen. These are charms I can't really use. Can't use the bull thing. Okay, rings to sell. Yep, okay. Let's see what we got. Ah, here. Recover charm. I was hoping to find better greaves, but I don't think I will.
100 bad facts.
I do like the obsidian gear. It's not like a full casing around your leg. It's like just a bunch of straps on the back. That's pretty funny. All right, back to Oriental, back to the gardens, and let's see now if I can actually handle the enemies. Because I've made myself not a lot stronger, but I've made myself a little bit more balanced. Okay. I'm more hoping the general survivability stuff I put on will help. I hope. Oh, my butt's starting to hurt. God, it's that, like, you get into that 2-hour kind of thing, and you're like, Jesus. Alright. Yeah, I'm poisoned. Okay. This might be just an area I'm going to have to just chug potions through, because they just do poison damage. At least mantises don't do poison damage, thank God for that. Okay. Oh, great, vine creep. Hooray. Something that does like 10 million poison damage. Yeah, I can't tell you how much I hate poison damage in a game like this. Or it's any damage type you're weak to, essentially, that you're not resistant against, is the one that will absolutely Shrek you. Like, instantly and immediately, without even hesitation. Okay. It's interesting, there is a way to boost start yourself into Ragnarok. But I find if you do that boost start thing, it does leave you really under-equipped and unprepared. You're like, oh, just buy equipment from the merchant. I'm like, if you haven't been using the build that you made since, like, the beginning of the game, you're going to be really screwed because you won't be able to figure out what your abilities do until it's way too late. Because there are certain abilities that sound really good on paper, but they're really bad in practice or don't work properly. Or what your expectation on how it works. Be like, oh, it's 10 regeneration per second, so I should be, essentially, if it does less than 10, I'll essentially always heal. You have to take in the fact that you're not only taking that 10 damage, but you're also taking other sources of damage at the same time, causing you to lose more than that 10. And you're like, oh, well, that 10 should still regenerate in a mere second. Now, if you're under a status effect, that's always the thing. You have to be very careful, very, very careful on how you play this kind of game. There's some, like, the same status effects you apply on enemies can be applied to you. And you have to be very careful. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, I nearly died there very quickly because it was just poison all the punctures. I was being filled with holes. Alright, I think I'm going to get to... I think right before I head into the Hanging Gardens. I think redoing this part again might be good for leveling. Because as I can see, these guys are way over level to my level. Like, way higher than they should be naturally. And again, it doesn't help I'm using a weird-ass hybrid, like, essentially a spell sword kind of thing. There we go. Alright, rage kicked in. Increasing my regeneration and everything else. Yep. Okay. Yep. Regeneration fountain. Like, I'm thinking, like, between the acts, I think the enemies do jump up quite a bit for level. Just to match the player. If you did really well, let's say in Egypt, they really jump up. Because the thing is, generally what happens is, over, like, the axe, generally you get, like, armor that has just better, not only, like, better armor and everything, but also has, like, more, what do you call it, more abilities on it. But this game is like, no, a yellow piece of armor will only have, like, maximum 3 or 4 stats, and then blue will have more, and green will have even more. Or green will have more, and then blue will have a lot, and they're, like, legendary. Man, the Gardens of Babylon are fucking huge. My god, the stairs. Temple of Marduk. Finally. I'm at this guy's bloody temple. Yes, let's keep going. We can blitz through these guys easily. Come on. A shaman? Oh, he's dead instantly. Well, that's not the most subtlest entry into a tomb I've ever seen, but hey, you know. People do what they do. Oh yeah, because the pathing's a bit weird. You have to... It's weird when it does the transitional spaces. I'll be right back. I'm just going to use the washroom, so I'm going to put out my BRB. Alright, this is DRM. I am back. Alright, let's finish killing these abominations. Let's see what we got. This is the Mark II build. Let's see if we can actually kill these monsters. I doubt we will be. Well, let's check. That's good. Alright, let's do it. Alright, magical slimes with slow. Gonna cause a bit of a problem, but seems like we're able to tear them up a bit. Good, good, good. These guys are normally the ones that do get me killed pretty darn quick. So it's good to see I'm actually having pretty good results against them. Let's see how this Temple of Marduk goes, shall we? I don't have any decent heavy weapon. Like, that's the interesting thing with the TitanQuest. There are no two-handed weapons besides a spear. I don't remember ever finding two-handed swords or axes, even. There are throwing axes, but I don't remember if there's two-handed spears or not. So it's an interesting thing that's like a thing that is like conceptualized by Europe and not... Or, well... That's the thing. I don't know if that was historically accurate or not. Because you would think the Greeks, the Romans... well, the Greeks... The Egyptians... The Babylonians would at least have something that's a two-handed weapon of some kind. That was like a big blade or something like that, but apparently not. Because it could be a game thing as well, right? Could is the optimum word there. Could. Branded metal suit, yep. This is where we get to a lot of the branded stuff and everything. Which isn't bad. It's like, just like tied together and everything pretty good. Oh man, that feels so good. Marduk level 2, let's go. It'd be more interesting if we could meet ancient heroes that weren't trying to kill us. Obviously, they're undead, they don't really have much of a choice. But it'd be more interesting to see, like, ancient heroes that are just, like, they compliment your bravery or, you know, what you're doing kind of thing. Or, hell, even just acknowledge your struggles as being the new hero around the block. But they probably realize, like, yep, it's your turn to now be the hero. And be like, man, ooh, Copper Saber. Ooh, that's a massive damage boost. Once I start finding those in greens, I'm definitely going to upgrade to that. That's going to be the plan. I'm wondering, should I upgrade? No. The armor boost would be nice, but I don't think it trades off the resistant bonuses I get on the armor. I don't think. So I'm going to continue on the path of the moment. Okay, M. Okay, let's pull this. I like it's just a bunch of ratmen. So I'm more wondering if the invading army of the Tolkiens are ratmen. Like, it's like they're grunts. Because it seems like it, because ratmen aren't really Babylonian. To be honest, they're not really anything, actually. So yeah, they might just be enemy forces. The slimes could make sense, right? I could see slimes being like in any kind of like culture kind of thing. But the ratmen, they would have like a different name and everything. So I think a lot of these enemies are from the Tolkien that's sieged to get Cronus' sickle. My problem is, okay, what god are they trying to kill exactly? Like, what's their end goal? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me at the moment. What's the end goal here? Kill a god. The gods have left, so what are you gonna do? Try to kill them from leaving? My only guess would be they want to kill a god to become a god kind of thing. The whole, oh, if you kill the god, there needs to be someone in their place. I could see that. Okay. Keep going. Oh my god, I can't find a good target. Oh, and they have poison, those little bastards. A bandit suit? Should say branded suit, right? Branded scholar suit, yeah. I think I'm more lucky that I found that green suit of armor from that merchant here. Just because I feel really weak still in this. Well, at least these guys are fire. Well, then again, that's also bad because they're also fire, so they are a little resilient to my fire attacks. Oh, gins. That's what I'm more expecting from around here is gins and stuff. Hooked blade, nice. Here's the Discipline, Alexandrian Helmet. I'm going to explore here a little bit longer. And then I'm going to go to fight that guy. Well, this guy has two sabers. Interesting. And they weren't copper. Oh yeah, I can't pick those up because I just don't have the filter on. If I had the filter on for broken items, which I think they are, because that's like the next level of sword I can get. Oh my god, these guys are tough cookies. Jesus. Got him. Oak Warbow. I actually don't know what these look like. Oh, they look like that. Okay. They look like just a really powerful hunting bow. Let's see here. There we go. That gives me a bit more space as well. Again, I'm like in the beginning of Babylon. Because I think it's like Babylon, and then you head immediately to like Oriental China. So I think it's like you do the Temple of Marduk, and then you just start leaving here all the way to the countryside of China. Of ancient China, which is interesting. There's a bunch of crazy shit. There's a Tigermen, which I do not like fighting. They are just like upgraded versions of the Centaurs, and my god, are they fucking ruthless. Especially at this kind of level. Holy crap. Because I find like every time you get to a new act, you're weaker than you were compared to the previous act. Like, it feels like you're starting from zero again. It kind of makes it feel like the journey you went to get here was kind of meaningless, because now you're too weak to fight the enemies in the next area, as I just experienced a little bit ago. Which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate, because, you know, I never really truly feel powerful in this game, because it always is very quickly ready to humble you. Because, like, the better you do, it feels like the game makes it harder. Like, I swear it does, because, like, the levels get incredibly crazy. That, or it's just really overbalancing for the player. And then the player has to play more efficient. That's what it feels like. A lot of the enemies are like 5 levels higher than me naturally, instead of being closer to my level. Bones have a festering, which I'm pretty sure would go good with a nature build. Holy crap, these fucking little guys are everywhere. I'm pretty sure there's 4 levels of this temple, I'm pretty sure. 4 or 5. This is when, like, temples and everything get really long. I mean, really long. God, what was that one place I went to? I'm trying to remember. I think it's Hades. Yeah, I think it's Hades / Olympus. Which is, I think, Act 4, I'm pretty sure. And I'm trying to remember when... Oh, what is it called? When Atlantis happens. If it's before the final act or after the final act. I'm pretty sure it's after the final act. I'm pretty sure. It's not like Forgotten Gods where you can, as soon as you finish the first act in Grim Dawn, you can immediately go to, you can immediately go to the Forgotten Gods DLC and just get yourself overpowered. And then you go back to the base game and you start doing the, fighting the gangsters, like fighting the gangs and the planes, and you just literally just one-tap them because you just overpowered yourself with Forgotten Gods. I say it's a good and bad thing because on how that's built, unfortunately. Well, how is everyone enjoying the stream, by the way? I haven't really been chatting to you guys, just been chatting in general. So I'm wondering how everyone and the viewers are enjoying the stream so far. I've been tremendously enjoying this. Like I said, TitanQuest and a lot of ARPGs are the games I don't get to play that often because I never have anyone to play with. And sometimes I find it's tremendously fun to play with friends. Because it's a very, very cooperative setting. We're not fighting each other just trying to get better loot. We are both, or 4 of us, or how many people can play, all of us are trying to get better loot. And there's like so much effects that can happen on screen and shit. It's so good when you have like so many people playing a game like this together. Oh my god, it just gets crazy with all the status effects and everything else. And sometimes the game needs like multiple people to play with you, you know? You could argue it's bad design, right? That you need multiple people to play it because it's not balanced for one person. But it'd be like saying an MMO is a single player game. It's like, nah. Was that a Cerberus? Oh, no, it's a Chimera. Oh, that's a big Chimera. Wait, that's a weird Chimera. Is that a Chimera? Yeah, it's a Chimera. Oh, that's an interesting take on the Chimera. Very interesting take on the Chimera. Okay. Fire doesn't really work on me, bud. You might as well try something a little different. Okay. Like I said, fire isn't a winner against me. Bit of heat resistant, you know. That comes the perks of being, you know, being under the discipline of earth. You get used to fire. Did we get anything
You
good?
have no more room. You can't hold you have no more
Really?
room.
Have I really been picking up that much garbage? Damn, son. Oh, so much of a garbage hoarder. Oh, it's all shields. God damn it. I should probably just sell the swords too, because I don't really need them. And I don't have better greaves yet. How about a helmet? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna head back to town first. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this leads me to China, so I'm gonna head back to the Hanging Gardens, talk to the dude, sell my gear. I don't know if they portal me out of Babylon and into the countryside. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure. No, he doesn't want to talk to me yet. I'm still too much of a peasant in his eyes to talk to me. Yeah, I'm just going to sell all this garbage because I can't really use it, and there's no point in holding on to it if I can't use it at the moment. Amaran's Glory.
Come again.
What is the quest, by the way? I keep forgetting. Find and protect the Sickle of Cronus. Is in the Hanging Gardens, according to the tablet. It lies in the Temple of Marduk, and the top behind it. Gain great terrible power. Seems like the Telkine are more like henchmen, though. I'm pretty sure they are. They're henchmen to, what's his name, Hades. Because I'm pretty sure he gives a Titan. Wasn't it Atlas? I'm pretty sure it was Atlas he gave it to. Okay, what the hell is this? Okay. That's a little interesting mechanical thing. What the hell? Oh, this is the lady we saved from, what's her, in Greece.
I have failed. All my life I trained so that I might one day kill a monster like this Telkine. But when the time came, I was not strong enough to defeat him. I fell on the first blow, powerless to move. Now because of my failure, he has the sickle of Kronos. Can what you say be true? You managed to beat the Telkines in Crete and in Egypt. Thank you, warrior. At least in some way, my family and village have been avenged. At last they can rest in peace. I see now I misjudged you and your abilities when we first met. Now, the Telkine wields the sickle. His power matches that of the gods. There is no telling what terrible purpose he has planned. Hurry. He used the sickle to slash an exit through the wall. Don't worry about me. Follow him. Go.
Huh.
With the sickle, the Telkine.
Oh, I got an expansion bag. Yes. I can carry even more loot now. Ooh, wow, the trees are burnt and shit. What the fuck happened here? Babylon outskirts.
Man would prepare himself well for the road ahead. Lucky for you, I have goods to sell to the wise.
Okay, branded suit. The branded would be a massive upgrade, technically. Alright. Shield or a staff with the ability to absorb the energy of an enemy, block spells, adding it to your own. Interesting. So I'll max this out, so that one's done, so I don't have to worry about it. And energy leech per second. Advanced inscriptions on your weapon make it drain the enemy's energy. Yes. And I think that will have a great utility later on. And I think what I'll start doing is just upping my general, like, stone skin and stuff like that. Because I thought the Dweller would do a lot, but it just turned out it didn't. So it looks like I might just have to use a lot of passive buffs and everything. Eruption. Metamorphosis. What does Metamorphosis do? Under tremendous heat and pressure, the composition of the core color hardens, making it more resilient to damage. Meteor rain, fire nova. Volatility? Enhanced by the energy of the earth, your fire attacks have a chance of inflicting greatly increased damage. That might be just good to benefit from. What level do I need that? That's like halfway. Holy crap. Okay. Rune Master, what else can I use? Thunderstrike. I think I'm gonna... Oh, energy armor. 25 seconds recharge. No, that's not a passive. Transmutation. A master instance is able to convert the very nature of their weapon. 80% damage becomes elemental. That might not be that good. Because it doesn't determine what kind of elemental damage you do. It just says convert 18 base weapon damage becomes elemental. Elemental what, though? Because there's several different kinds of elements. Unleash. Seal of Fate. Yeah, no, I think I want to stick with the passives and the ones that are just increasing my ability to attack things harder. Rune Storm could be interesting. And Rune Field. So that's Runic Mines. Guardian Stone. Now, there's not a lot I could use. Let's see here. Let's open the portal here. Babylon Outskirts. Yeah, which is right there. Hanging Gardens there. And then the rest is Oriental China. Let's see if there's any quests we can pick up. Oh, yes, there is. Yes. Yep. Oh, that's just for the main quest. Yeah, it looks like the Tolkien's a little stronger now, judging by the holes and everything. My other question is, how the hell did these people not get absolutely butchered by this thing? Maybe they came by later. Maybe that's the reason why. So I'm going to up my strength more. Do I even need that for modern armor, though? 256. I want to increase my intelligence. Because I have enough strength to wield my modern armor, and I have my weapon thing. Yes. Perfect.
My livestock, the monsters are destroying it.
Okay, well. Seeds of Destruction. What is that? Act 3, side quest. Seeds of Destruction. In the wake of the Tolkien's fight from Babylon, monsters have swarmed over, rolling over farmland. One farmer who had not fled watched the monsters make splinters and wreckage of all that he owned, save his farm from the monsters. 18k. We're getting there. We're getting XP showered now. Good lord. Good lordy lord. Empty the slot. Actually, I want to make this mana. How many mana potions do I have? 37? Did the potions upgrade yet from the last? Yeah. You know how he says that it's really dirty? Practitioners of magic provide. Ugh. I feel dirty even just hearing him say it. It does help that I'm very fast. These guys don't really stand much of a chance. Good lord. I fucking just ripped them apart. Yeah, so I think just upping my general damage and just necessity at this point, and then just going from there. I thought durability would help, but it seems like it doesn't when they just one-tap you anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to just try to do as much damage as possible. Range is not much of a issue for me. So I might increase that fire armor thing that Earth Enchantment can give me. Just increase general armor and durability, plus that fire nova thing. Does this give me better durability or just fire damage? I think fire damage, but I think other ones actually give me other stuff. Let's see here. Fire damage and... yeah, so it reduces enemies' capabilities. So I might increase those just so I can decrease the capabilities of my enemies. The only problem is it's situational to only one thing, but I'm going to have to risk it. I gotta hunt down everyone in the fields. Everything must die, of course. There is another game I do want to play on stream. Death Must Die. Really fucking fun game. Death Must Die. Oh my god. The only problem is like some of the recommendations I was listening to for like, oh, you know, how to be a streamer and everything is like, oh, you have to do one thing consistently. Right? generally. And I'm like, okay, I like playing Warframe, so Warframe's like my main thing, right? Like, I love playing Warframe. I can talk Warframe all day if I have to. But I do want to play something else but Warframe because you burn out. Like, on any kind of thing, you inevitably burn out on either the things you play or how you play them. And you need variety, right? And I think that's why a lot of people are becoming variety streamers, because they're just like, man, I remember when I could play games and enjoy them, right? And I don't see, like, me streaming a game as ruining playing the game. It's just kind of actually motivated me to play the game more. God, I can barely hold anything because all they keep dropping is just armor. And armor takes so much space. Oh my god. Well, at least it makes me money fast, but dear lord. And I don't have a caravan yet? This is the second town. How do I... Or the second waypoint town. How is there no caravan yet? Well, I think the caravan guys there are dead or dying. So that might explain why there's no caravan here yet. That means I gotta go through ancient China. Blitz through it just to get through here, huh? Alright. We're still on the Babylon outskirts. Which is interesting, because I thought Babylon would be a lot bigger and Oriental China would be a lot smaller, but then again, Babylon was a small part of China, right? So I could see why Babylon is just a small part, and then China's like the rest of the area. Because like we don't only explore like Babylon, right? We go through all of like China's mountains, the Himalayas, like we go through a lot of places. Like we even fight Neanderthals, so as we're doing right now. Neanderthal hero, huh? Well, you're dead. I like they call the Neanderthals beasts. I think that's a Neothrals. Yeah, this is a Neanderthal. There we go. Man, I wish I could take a staff, but it's probably broken as shit. Yep. Pendant of focus. Maybe I should just do broken or up to magic. Because a lot of the regular items won't actually suffice because I can just buy them from merchants. So I might change the filter again. Yeah, let me change that pesky filter. Oh, nope. I'm gonna kill this asshole first. He's dead. Giant mantises. There's a lot of assholes today in the woods. Good lord. But maybe I want to explore ancient China more, because I don't think I remember really exploring this area as much as I could. Options, change. Single magical. Yeah, there we go. Oh, so it's probably referring to single magical as in an item with a single magical property, which makes sense. It also helps limit the pool of crap I pick up. Yeah, I think this is pretty well explored. So I'm going to head to the next area. And see where it leads me to. I'm pretty sure I've carved a pretty decent way through ancient China so far. The Parthia Highlands. I'm pretty sure the next place I have to get to is through the mountain pass. I'm pretty sure. For next town area, because I remember the next few places are mountainous. And I remember there's a lot of jungles here too. Like, ancient China I think is like the biggest act, I'm pretty sure. It seems small, but there's so many places you have to go to, or go through. Like, my god. So many places. Yeah, so I'm gonna next level up. I'm gonna upgrade the general survivability perks I have. And the next one after that will probably be offense again. Especially against these guys. Because anything that ups my resistances will help tremendously. Even if it's just fire resistance, it does help. Because it does bolster everything else. Maybe damage. Actually, maybe I will go damage this time around and then defensibility. Because I'm not dying instantly yet. If that's my gauge in this game. If I don't die instantly, then I'm survivable enough. At the moment. Is that rigid carapace? Interesting. Pierce resistance. I don't know if these guys do a lot of pierce damage. It's funny, I can't remember when you can do Atlantis. I'm pretty sure it's after the main game. You can do Atlantis and then Ragnarok. I'm pretty sure. I do like we meet in Ragnarok, we meet like essentially a princess of the north, and she's like, hey, I need your help. I've heard of your deeds. And I'm like, how the hell have you been able to travel to Babylon, ancient China, Egypt, and Greece to hear of my deeds? I could understand if like they got to Greece somehow. That could make more sense because there's portals and shit. Because you know, this isn't just like you can only get to places in conventional travel. There are portals and shit, right? So that's understandable. You can actually travel to a place like this by using a portal, which we did. But her being like, hey, I know you're a hero of great renown. I'm like, how the hell do you know? My other question is like, how the hell did you get to Greece or all places in the world? You being in like, you know, the far north, right? Where the Celts are. How the hell did you get all the way to Greece? There's a lot of places to go before you even get to Greece. And you wouldn't hit any of the areas geographically that would know me. So it's one of those things where you gotta suspend your idea of disbelief a little. Because you're like, there's no way this person would have heard of your character. Because the only way they would have heard is either the gods told them, which was probably be the most accurate thing. Like I said, Ragnarok starts a little weird. And I'm pretty sure it ends really weird too. I think at the end, you fight, what's its name? The serpent that eats his own tail. I think you fight that, Ouroboros. I'm pretty sure. But Ragnarok's not a small expansion. Because, remember, this was back in the day when, quote, DLCs were made. It was called expansions. Where they would add a bunch of stuff to the game, like quality of life fixes and rework how money works or something like that. They would actually change the game substantially instead of going, oh yeah, we just tweaked 2 things in the engine. They added new levels, new gear, new everything.
Came this way, don't trust my eyes. Did they come as an army, or did they crawl out of the shadows of the woods? Follow it. Amdor is the northern region of the Shan.
Okay, we're on the Silk Road, which is a pretty famous transportation route. Okay, Seeds of Destruction. Maybe I should explore the place a little bit behind me first, because it seems like I should have a few more quests before this area. At least something. Like break into some cave, or kill some monsters, or something. It looks like there's too many breakups in between. Oh, that's my feeling anyway. Scale, nice. Where the hell is it? Come on. Gotcha. There he is. Shaman. Yeah, no, there's actually nothing. That's surprising. Generally, the beginning area is always packed with a bunch of quests. Huh. Alright, I'll just continue forward. I'll continue on the Silk Road. Snow Crag Alpha? Well, he's gone. Wait, why did it make a ring surround? Weird, because there's no such thing as a common ring. Only magical ones. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's see here. What else do we got? Let's see here. This asshole who's casting magic. Come here, you little bastard. Come here. Come here. Alright, I got all these assholes. Yep. But no, I wish we could just punch the gods. Go, what the fuck was wrong with you idiots? You left humanity to fend for themselves when you knew fucking monsters like this existed in the world? And they're like, that's why we create heroes. I'm like, bullshit. You don't create heroes. You just anoint them. Like, I'm more surprised our protagonist doesn't have the balls to say, you gods are a fucking utter disappointment. Oh, here's the Yetis. Ooh, Yeti fur. Well, he just died from fire damage. A lot of these Jins. And they have really decent swords. Damn, they carve me up. Dear God. They are carvers. Jesus. Thank God the health potions upgraded to greater health potions now. But we got all the way back from the healer from Greece. He must have been here in Oriental China at some point. That'd be really funny. He's like, I made these potions that are extremely rare. It's like, bro, just cross the ocean. There's like a ton, or no, just cross a substantial landmass. You'll find a bunch of these potions for a cheaper rate. He's like, what? Like, just imagine that you're like an expert healer, known as like the best healer in Greece, and then it's just like, yeah, like the best healer in Greece is the most common healer here in this country. That would like fucking shatter your pride, like so quickly. It's like, yeah, you think that's a revolutionary? That's what we do on the daily. Oh, that was good shake. Oh my God. Oh. There's nothing like that, like a little refreshing milkshake. That was so good. Oh. Nope, nothing. Yeah, see, now it's getting snowier. Now we're actually getting into some interesting times now. It's also interesting. We fight is it Neanderthals or I'm trying to remember who you fight in what do you call it? In the north. I'm pretty sure they're Neanderthals as well. Or are they just called barbarians? Saberclaw and Yeti fur. Like a lot of my characters don't make it past Act 2. Just because, like, at that point, I just kind of stopped playing the game. Because a lot of the times it does become really fucking difficult and grindy. Just to even do, like, basic things. For, like, getting better loot and everything. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta scrap everything now. Because they're all immune to this shit now. This is, like, the most straightforward map yet. This is weird. I remember there was, like, tons of side objectives in the hills and shit. You would find people running away from shit. But maybe I'm misremembering it, maybe? Because I thought there was, like, a bunch of shit in the woods here. And, like, the back to woods and everything. Maybe I'm thinking there's, like, backtracking you have to do and everything when you get to the next major city. Oh, goody, ice creatures. They're probably weak to fire, but I'm weak to them because I am fire. Which is unfortunate for them. Ice pings. They seem like a little, what do you call it? Like little imps. But ice version. I don't know, a lot of the designs in this game are interesting. Like, a chimera is a snake tail, body of a lion, and a head of, is it head of a, like, not, no, it's like head of a lion, body of a tiger, I think, and a, what do you call it? A snake tail. And it was interesting that they had all three heads together more closer like a hydra. And that was interesting for the chimera design. That's a bit of a new one because the snake was all along its body. As if it was like its spinal cord. I thought that was neat. That's the thing about games like this. Like the design creativity, even like, oh, you're taking from mythologies, right? You can be very creative on what kind of things you interpret from a mythology. Or a legend. Because, like, in TitanQuest, you're making your own legend, right? Actually, it just clicked to me. It's called TitanQuest because you kill a Titan at the end. It just clicked. I was like, why do they call it TitanQuest? Oh, it's because you kill a Titan at the end that wields the Scythe of Cronus. Or Sickle of Cronus, sorry. Also, yeah, I don't like how the gods are really ungrateful after we kill that Titan. I'm like, you know, hero, like... Mortals never kill Titans, right? And if they do, they have to have, like, extreme amount of help to even hurt the damn thing, let alone kill it. But we kill it 1v1 by ourselves without the gods' help, and the gods are like, aren't you grateful we were here? And I'm like, motherfuckers, get the hell out of my space. Get out of here. No. Shoo. I don't want any of your fucking help. You guys are pretentious assholes. Beastmen. Neanderthal, Sabertooths. At least I can still carve through these guys relatively easily. Oh, Dragon King Domain. I'm wondering if that's a fire relic or not. I don't think so. I wanted an upgraded fire relic. Like upgraded fire socket things. Just so I can actually use some better stuff at the moment. Where is it? Dark medicine, poison damage. Dijad of Iris. Or of Osiris. Amon-Ra's Glory. Prometheus' Flame. Heracles' Might. Where the hell is it? Nope, nope, nope. Am I just blind? There it is. Oh, fire resistance. Okay. The Dragon Kings are the masters of water in China, ocean, rain, lake, river. All they command. Oh, so it's a fire resistance. What? Wouldn't it be ice resistance? Because it's their domain. Or is it kind of like a whole opposites thing? If it's an opposites thing, that makes a little bit more sense, I suppose. Alright, I'm just getting comfy. Alright. Let's do this, bitch. Alright, I'm near the next town. My god. Oh, yeah, there they are. Nice. Damn, this guy's ready for war. Look at him. He's probably seen some shit.
Have you seen her yet? It was enormous. I ran home after that.
I've seen tons of fucking Yetis, dude. They're literally all over these goddamn mountains.
I see people travel east. I see them go west.
Scholar. Yeah, so this is where we're getting the fluffy gear now.
What can I do for you?
Ooh, big mace. Nope, don't need that. He's a trader, so he has a bunch of gear. Nothing that I want, though, because he doesn't have any sabers. Chakrams. That could be good. Nah, I'm good.
Fortune follow you. Hello. We're just preparing. No bones about it. In past times, my son left some. My son left.
The 18 kingdoms, our shamans use many.
So this is the Western Silk Road. I remember you actually go along the Great Wall of China actually in this game. It's pretty interesting. But my god, it's at a brutal stretch because it's just a bunch of casters and everything. Just bombarding you. It sucks. Okay, Spearman. Okay, let's look at the quest. So, a giant Yeti went into some of the ice caverns on the far side near the valley. He said, Gargantuan Yeti. Okay, what's this one? Xinjiang village is troubled, he says. There's a nearby Thurian tribe that's grown hostile and brazen. Many humans have been attacked. Meanwhile, his son has been busy for several days. He fears he won't speak to the other villagers to see if he can find the man's son. I don't think any of them know where the hell his son is. Oh, storage. Tons of things to store. I've upgraded from like my obsidian gear to kind of half-staff gear at the moment until I can get more things. Okay. Well, I don't see any villagers that know about where the man's son went. I'm pretty sure I know where he went. He went forward. He probably went through this pass, so let's see. That or he died. Those are the two, because once they leave the safe village, they just generally get murderized and killed. Generally. Especially with this kind of shit wandering around. Not only do they have to compete with, like, other human beings, they have to compete with other, now monsters as well. Like, I just couldn't imagine that. It's like you thought, like, dealing with other people was bad, but now you have to deal with another society of monsters that are physically stronger and more capable than you. Like, my god, that would be terrifying. If you guys have, like, giants invaded or some shit, it's like, oh, they're physically stronger than you. They can destroy entire armies with a swipe of their hand and everything like that. It's like, how do you hold up to that? It's like, well, we use our greatest weapons or create new weapons to take on the threat. I'm like, man, just imagine when there is a threat like that, where it's like, the enemy's so more powerful in a certain way, it's like they can literally create the equivalent of nukes in their hands and stuff like that. Like, just imagine how you would even start trying to take something like that down. Something that's just far more capable than you. It's just like, dear God. Sometimes you can use underhanded tactics, right? But a lot of times, if it's just like the gap of power is so drastic, you can't fucking even do it. Ugh. Let's see here. Oh no, there was something funny I heard about like Helldivers the other day, which I thought was really funny. Everyone's like, we beat Sony, and I'm like, you know, Sony's been like a bad company for the last like 10-15 years, right? You may have this temporary victory from now, but they're still going to do the same BS as they've always done. Because, you know, it's Sony. I'm like, there's a reason why I stopped playing PlayStation ages ago. Not only because, like, I don't have really a television anymore, and I could have cut up to monitors. But it's because they would charge for internet. So, like, you would have to pay, like, $60 or $80 every year. Because you can buy the yearly pass. To play online with your friends. And I'm like, I'm not going to be charged a tax to play with my friends when I can play with them for free on computer. That's the most annoying part about it. Or the obnoxious part anyway. It's like, to play online for anything, you need fucking internet. You need a subscription service to play user service. It's like, what are you paying for? You already pay for the fucking internet. And the funny thing is, they proved that they can run it without being paid for it. So like, oh, now we're going to charge you a subscription fee? I'm like, no, fuck you. That's the thing that really busts my balls about that whole thing, where they're like, oh, we used to charge our internet, you know, you used to be able to use PSN for free and everything, and now you can't. Get fucked, idiot. And I'm like, wow. What customer service that is. Luckily, at the time, I was like more of a rural kid, so I lived out in the country. So having internet anyway was rare anyway, so I was just like, oh. And then it's just like, we got better internet, or quote better. It worked. It wasn't the greatest. So it was like, it's the equivalent of, it works, but only sometimes kind of thing. So we got like a stable internet connection at one point. And I would play, oh, what was it? I think that's when I had my PS4 at the time. And that's when I finally started playing more online and everything. And that's when I would buy the subscription service for PSN to keep playing with my friends. And I'm like, you know what? How much is this costing me? And it was like $11 or $12 a month. And I'm like, this is not worth it if I don't play with them like constantly. And since like I was a really busy young guy working a lot, I was like, yeah, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I was like, nope, not gonna spend money on something like that was like essentially an hour of my day, an hour of my job. It costed, or actually I think a little bit more at the time. So I was like, nope, not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. Cool, snowstorm. Nice, I just leveled up, hell yeah. Alright, I was thinking fire enchantment. Because that's giving 9 physical burn damage. Yes. More of that one. Flame Surge. Take tiles from your hands. And then Flame Arch. Increase the damage and send a number of flame jets created by Fire Surge. You know, I might be interested in doing like a Pyromaniac build or something later on in this game. My god, that seems really interesting. Just go full pyro. I do wish those copper sabers would drop that weren't damaged and shit. Because that means they're either common copper sabers or they're just damaged. And I think the iron one, like iron's better than copper generally, and the iron version I think is like 44 to 52. Which is not numbers to sniff at, because that's double the amount I have. This must be the guy's son, I think. I think he is. Yeah.
If you hadn't come along just when you did.
Oh no, he's just a random trader that's here. Okay, what the hell? Okay, I thought he was the guy's son. It ran off into the mountains at some point. Okay, good to know. Just some rando I decide to help. Good to know. Oh crap, I'm iced. It doesn't help them for my fire aura. That's hilarious. It's like I'm frozen, but my fire aura is still on. That is hilarious. Get burned, idiots. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm getting a bunch of juicy loot I won't use. Oh, this is just a dead end. Okay, because I thought this was the cave with the gargantuan yeti in it. Again, yetis are already pretty fucking big. They're probably like, I'm like probably like 9 or 10 feet tall. That's probably like the shortest yeti. Or that's what it appears like, because the character your character model is a lot smaller. I like they can freeze me midway through walking. Oh god. I'm more hoping I get the hell out of here faster. Jesus. This mountain pass sucks. Let's see my map again real quick. I want to see if there's anything I could have missed. There's this little path to the side I might go back to, actually. Because it might actually be an alternative path. I wish I had a dash ability, which I think Rogue has. But at the same time, it's not too much of a pain in the ass. Just a bit of a wander back. And I might see things I could have missed. Always gotta do that bonus and side content. You never know what you need until you need it. Ooh, I'll take that. But at least I can sell all the magical ones and actually make a decent profit. Because all it is a loading screen, and I'm fine with going through a loading screen and selling shit. Yeah, so, yeah. Let me activate this one. Oh, it's just a dead end. Well, that was a waste of time. God damn it. At least not like the original Diablo 2 where there was a stamina bar. Where you have to spend, like, you could only run for, like, a certain amount of time, and then you had to walk back and do this super slow walk animation. I'm trying to remember if they took that out in the remaster or not. I just call them a reimagining, because they're not a remaster. They didn't make Diablo 2 good. They just really did a piss poor job to make it good, like, make it worse. Then again, I'm still a purist. I still love playing on the old graphics and everything. That's great. And I still enjoy the game, too. Like, I enjoy playing Diablo 2, but I enjoy playing, you know, the Diablo 2 I got in the battle chest when that was a thing. Like, when Blizzard would do battle chests. Because this is an old thing Blizzard used to do. They would used to do something called a battle chest. Where, let's say they released a series of games. They would have the series of games in a battle chest. So it would be like, it'd have like a little manual. It would have like a game manual. And it would, like, describe the world and everything. And the battle chest would have the game, an expansion. And it would have, what do you call it? Fuck, what was it called? So you'd have the core game, the expansion, and a bunch of other, like, little goodies from the battle chest. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. You don't have to buy, like, 2 separate games. You could buy the full game. You could buy Lord of Destruction and buy Diablo 2. You don't have to buy 2 separate games. And a lot of the battle chests were actually reasonably priced. So you could get like a decently priced Diablo 2 and its expansion for relatively cheap. I'm pretty sure they did it with StarCraft and World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3. Which I bought, I think I bought the Warcraft 3 one. I'm pretty sure I did. Which was Warcraft 3 War Chest. Or Battle Chest. And it was really cool. Because they gave me Frozen Throne and Reign of Chaos. Oh my god, those games were so fun to play. And the story was so interesting. Oh man. I miss old Blizzard so much. And I think the sentiment is there for a lot of people too. And people think when they release new stuff, like, it's going to be better this time, it's going to be better. And then like we just see the rapid fall off like Diablo 2. Or Diablo 4. Where everyone's like, oh, do you know Diablo 4 is going to dethrone it, blah, blah. And then it just never happens. And you're like, oh. Ooh, Marauder's Arm Guard. New item. Okay, let me look at these quests, because it looks like I've really shot past. Speak to the other villagers. Let's see. What's this one? Beneath a mountain. Gigantian Yeti. Okay, well, I literally went over the entire fucking mountain. And there was no cave, my guy. So either you were lied to, or I missed some massive area. I don't see any big-ass cave anywhere. There's a bridge, which leads to the villages right around here. Oh no, I'm trying to remember where the village was. They just explored that part. Maybe he's more forward than I'm thinking he is. Let's see, because I might be correct where it's not in the frozen part, which I thought it would be. That's what it says it's where it is. It says it's in Silk Road. I'm way past Silk Road now. Like, way past. But you never know. Ice raptors. Yeah, there's still icy enemies here, so there might be more ice things. But I think the next village I'll get to, I think I'll call it for the stream. Because I think I've made up well in advance of what I fucked up yesterday. I think, anyway. But let's see if I can just push a little harder. See if I can find that goddamn Yeti. Or that guy's son. I'm pretty sure that guy's son was trying to get those like ancient Taoist weapons or something. Like very powerful spiritual Chinese weapons to take care of those Neanderthals, and the Neanderthals figured out how to use the weapons instead. So now they are like empowered by like ancient spirits. Not a good thing. Very not a good thing. Wusho? Yeah.
The spirits of you see, stranger, our ancestors. You see, stranger, our.
Oh, very good. Come, stranger. We have some good things for you today.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just gonna sell you all my junk. Alright. Marauder arm guards. They're a bit weaker. Offer more health. So instead of giving me stats, they give me more health and energy. What's this one do? Scroll of the Cyclops. Blood Rage. Bleeding damage. Nope.
Farewell.
The Neanderthals are big, but my mother scared me with that story.
Well. Neanderthals are pretty big bastards.
You see, stranger, our.
Maybe I gotta go across this bridge, maybe? I'm trying to remember where that quest was. I thought the quest was here. God damn, they have so much enemy fire. I gotta take care of most of them. Okay. Alright, they're all gone now. Good. Drop items. Gold. Gold's a little irrelevant at this point, but hey, you know, it's always better to have more gold. Ooh, Fallen Shades. Okay, I can take on some ghosts. Archmages. Okay, these might be a little bit more difficult to take down. Wow, they had higher regens. What the hell? It's through the mountain. Well, the pissed off spirits might explain why a few things. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty long side quest. Yeah, the mystery in the mountains. Pretty sure it's a long side quest because the weapons are stolen, and then you gotta find out, oh, the sun stole them to protect the village.
What? There is still fear. It is not a chance. The spirits, the Neanderthal, the sacred weapons were kept.
Yeah, so that means that probably means that they're somewhere else. Yeah, so they're probably further ahead in the travel, because I don't think Chibi Village actually is a place, because it doesn't have a portal or anything. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. No. But Eastern Silk Road must have a portal somewhere. And this is the Eastern Silk Road, so there's got to be some kind of stopping point. Okay. Skill points, okay. killed them all. Nah. Alright. Let's see what we got here. We got a whole bunch of nothing. I hate these mountains. Absolutely hate them. Alright, let's get to that rebirth fountain and call it. I gotta go touch some grass and probably do some other stuff around the house and everything. Book of Dreams. Sleep duration? Huh, that could be an interesting thing if I was a dream domain kind of person. Oh well. A lot of ice raptors and everything here. Also, I don't like the targeting's a little wonky in this game sometimes, where you're thinking you're hitting someone, but you're not. So they're just slightly out of frame of your point and click. That does become a bit annoying. Saber Rider. Yep, Sacred Rage. What the hell? Okay, so maybe this is where the sacred weapons are. Come on. Come on, we gotta climb up the hill again. Back to the snow. Come on. We're in snow hell again. Luckily, I have tons of fire to melt the snow with. Raptor's Tooth, that could be handy. It seems like here, a lot of the relics here are resistant based. So the game is probably like subtly nudging the players like, hey, you better start building your resistances now. So I've noticed like, man, my health does not go as far as it used to. Like in Egypt, they could barely chip my health. Now here in ancient China, they can just chip it so easily. Then again, I don't really have a lot of good gear either. Yeah, so here he is.
I thought that would be a hero. Could I go back?
Don't worry, I'll clear out the area. This is what a real hero does. Fix up other people's mistakes. Man, I just feel like a janitor. Is that what heroes are? They're just janitors. Good lord. Well, at least these fishmen are really easy to kill. I know why the fishmen are easy to kill, but the Neanderthals are not. They don't have any like special attributes that are increasing my damage against beast folk. Because they're also beastmen, so I don't know what the fuck. Interesting, this guy thought he could use the sacred weapons and actually take him down, which I thought was funny. And he fucking just gave the Neanderthals a massive power boost in not only technology, but probably knowledge. Which is a big oof. But hey, we're here to clean up the mess. So, where are these big, ugly bastards? Let's kill these ice raptors and let's clean this guy's mess up. I more hope I can find that big-ass Yeti as well. What's that do? What does this do? Frostbite Stone. Okay. Okay, using jug of health potion. Okay, there's one of them. Rattlebone. Well, he's dead already. You know, for him having a sacred weapon, that weapon was kind of shit. Oh well. Let's hope the next one is at least more, you know, godlike weapon. Alright. Where's the second weapon wielder? There's probably 3 of them, right? So where's the second one? Oh, there's the second one. Okay, well, he's dead. I just smacked him out of existence as well. Okay. Alright, let's hope the third guy, the third hero of the Neanderthal clan will actually do some damage. Whoa. I remember this guy was an asshole to take down, so I'm going to take down his archers first. So he can't do any tricks. I'm pretty sure he summons dudes. So I want to kill all of his, like, minions. Yeah, this guy is, like, the most beefy, burly one, because he's like the Cyclops. Yeah. Yeah, so I can't take him down easily, just because he is He's level 31. Holy shit. Really? There's no rebirth fountain up there? What the fuck? Okay. Shrine of Thorns. Let's get back my armor, my weapons. Because that ice ability, or that stun ability lasts way too fucking long. Because it just gives them the ability to one-shot you immediately. I mean, like, super one-shot you. Okay, now I gotta get up that damn hill again. Get all the way back up there and try to kill this guy. Because I know this guy's like a two-shotter. Like, this guy will just instantly just stun you once. Because he has that, like, roar. Like the Cyclops had in Act 1. And you will just instantly fucking bash your shit in. That's why I fear that guy. Or I hate that guy so much. Is because of that nonsense. Because it is such nonsense to deal with that kind of garbage. But we'll see if I can take him down relatively quickly. I doubt it. And also, it's also weird that there is no rebirth fountain around here, which I think is really bizarre. But hey, you know what? I think that guy dual wielding the Taoist weapons is probably the strongest dude, just because of the dual wield. That and the stun, like that stun is way fucking broken. Like goddamn, that stun is really good. That he has, because it just instantly fucking stuns the crap out of you, and you can't do shit. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I don't think that's a Neanderthal. That looks like the Cyclops. Uh-oh. I'm knocked out. Crap, crap, crap. Let me move. Nope. 'Cause that roar does, like, knock you out. Yep, nope. I am not letting that hit me. Oh, crap, it hit me. Okay, at least he's just beating on me. I can handle being beat on. I just can't handle all that ice damage, plus all of that other damage. Ooh, Yaren. Okay. I don't think that guy's a Neanderthal. That guy looks like more like a goddamn Cyclops. My opinion, anyway. Oh, throwing weapon. Really, just throwing weapons? You couldn't give me anything else? Well, at least we figured out the where the villager's son went. He did a dumb. He did something very stupid. Ugh. It would be interesting on like if our character's just really sassy about the whole thing and she's like, I don't give a fuck what you guys are doing. I have a mission to do. What's your mission? Oh, just help people around the area, I suppose, until I find what I'm supposed to actually doing. Aren't you on this like grand quest or something? It's like, well, no, it just keeps changing over and over. I first had to hunt these guys down in Greece, and then, you know, kind of here now. Went through Egypt for some reason. Weren't you hunting down the Tolkiens? Oh, that's what I was doing. Like, I couldn't imagine if your character was it's like that too. That'd be hilarious, though. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just here. Okay, I'm just gonna berate this dude and yell at him.
Thank you, stranger. I feel terrible for what I've done.
Okay.
You can tell my father. I'll come home.
Yep. Alright. I think he's in Western Silk Road. Okay. Yep, there he is.
My son, we are safe now. Thanks to you, warrior.
You know how much I had to break my ass to save that guy?
All peoples we trade. Fair to all.
Luckily, I didn't die like 100 times like my other files were. When I fought that like Super Neanderthal the first time, holy crap. He was fucking impossible. Scroll of Night's Rage, Shroud of the Eternal Night, and Scroll of Ornis. Okay. Also, that looks like a screwdriver. I'm actually curious how he switched to weapon 2.
Thank you.
Blade of Honing, Fire Enchantment. Maybe I have to leave and see if I can throw things. No, I can't throw things. Because I'm wondering if I could dual wield these or not. Well, that's a thing for another time, though. Unfortunately. We've run out of time with the stream today. I have some shit to do around the house and everything, and 3.5 hours I think is well enough time to repay for my little transgression yesterday for not streaming for a few hours the other day just because I was exhausted and sick as all hell.
Thank you, stranger. Thank you, stranger.
You know what? I spent a lot of time saving your ass. You could be more thankful. Oh, cool. Throwing weapons are neat. Yeah, but I still prefer my 2 swords here. So they can rip and tear through any of these fucking yetis. Yeah, let's finish the other quest off, because I don't want to leave that uncompleted. I want to take care of that other big bastard. Rather don't have to fight a big hero. So yeah.
Over the mountain, through the ice caves. Otherwise, you won't catch up. He moves quickly. You must too.
Actually, I think this is a good stopping point. Alright, this has been DRM76Z coming from you live from the graveyard on wavelength 388. Today we passed through ancient Egypt and got to ancient China. And hopefully next Saturday's stream I will get all the way to Hades. Or Olympus, sorry, then Hades. And then we'll continue the quest as far as we can go and then move to the next RPG. And catch up on Warframe, which will be on Tuesday next stream. 4:30 ETT time, EDT time. We will be doing the new war, of course. I'll announce it on Twitter. I'm going to have to make that at some point. Ugh. Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic weekend and a fantastic day. This is DRM logging off.